Hey now, how's everyone doing? I got a little bit of weird camera angle going on there. Yeah, I got 5 songs to show you tonight. And now this first song that we're gonna play. Now, this harkens back. This is actually a true story what this song's about. And back when I was 14, I used to hang out at the beach, and at that time, I was doing a lot of man things. I looked like a man. I was hanging out with older people and partying with older chicks and stuff like that. And so we met this blonde and brunette that was really fucking cool. And so we hit it off pretty good. We were fooling around, goofing off, and all that, having fun, being goofing off, messing around.
I bet you were fooling around.
Oh yeah, a little bit, yeah. There was hanky panky, but you know what? There was also a lot of fun. What's up, Curtis? How you doing, man?
What a hanky
Hey,
panky
Curtis.
is fun.
Oh yeah. No, but we were having fun. We enjoyed each other's company. We met every weekend the whole summer and hung out. We became
Nice.
friends, man. And we were 14 and they were like 23, 24. They thought we were 21. Good shucking and jiving, hey.
Yeah. Hail Curtis and hail RR.
Hey. And back when I was 14, I looked like I was about 23, and I was about as dark as walnut, very dark, and a lot of fun. Friends from school didn't recognize me because I was so dark. They did double takes. Wow, how'd you get so dark? And I would just say, hey, I'm half Mexican, right? Mexican Indian, you know that, right? That's why I get dark. And so this song right here, Golden Reds and Blues. Blues song. Tides come and go, walks on the beach, walking down memory lane. Body riding waves to the shore. I've seen the sunsets, gold, reds, golden sunsets, golden reds, that pond and that brew. Tides come and go. Watching the water flow from shore to shore, lapping the water's edge. Tides come and go, fair weather, fair tides. Bright scribe, everyone laughed, everyone had a good time. Like tides gone. I walked on the beaches, rode a wave in a storm. Felt my feet in the sand, felt sunshine, smelled surf, drank the wine. What a fine time it was. Tides come and go. Walks on the beach, walking down every lane. Body riding waves to shore. I've seen the sunsets, golden reds and blues. Tides come and go. Watching the water flow by, from shore to shore, lapping in the water's edge. Tides come and go, fair weather, fair tides. Brides cried, everyone laughed, everyone had a good time. Like tides gone. walked on beaches, rode away the storm, felt my feet in the sand, felt the sunshine, smelled the surf, drank the wine. What a fine time it was. Tides come and go. Walks on the beach, walking down memory lane. Body riding waves to shore. I've seen the sun sets, golden reds and blues. Tides come and go. Watching the water flow from shore to shore, lapping the water's edge. Tides come and go. Fair weather, fair tides. Bright tide, everyone laughed, everyone had a good time. Like tides gone, gone, gone. Remember that blonde and that brunette? What a fine time. Yeah, adding the brunette and blonde part was, I remembered it after the fact, and I'm like, oh yeah, that all happened too. Yeah. So yeah, true story. Hey.
Always good to have some, good stories make good songs, right?
So we lost Drew, eh?
Looks like we have. Hopefully it's nothing serious.
I hope so. I know that they got a bunch of snow over there, man.
Yeah, we seem to be experiencing kind of a cold spell.
Yeah. So let's see here. So that was Golden Reds and Blues. So yeah, let's see here.
Great tune. I like that bluesy stuff that you do. Sometimes it's nice to have a.
I got a love for it, man. I've been around it so much that I just, it's in my blood. It's in my soul.
Yeah. That shows.
So this one here is called Points of the Way. If you don't know where to go, the music points the way. If you're lost, look to the sky. The chords in the song points the way. Just a simple truth. Don't you know? Don't know about you, but I see music points the way. I don't know what's going on in this town. It's an obsession I finally see. You know, music points the way. Hey, if you don't know where to go, the music points the way. Hey, if you're lost, look to the sky. The chords in the song points the way. Just a simple truth. Don't you know? Don't know about you, but I see the music points the way. I don't know what's going on in this town. It's an obsession I finally see. You know, the music points the way. Hey, hey, hey. If you don't know where to go, the music points the way. Hey, hey, hey. If you're lost, look to the sky. The chords in the song point the way. Just a simple truth, don't you know? Don't know about you, but I see the music points the way. I don't know what's going on in this town. Salute. It's an obsession I'm pleasing. You know the music points the way. Hey, hey, hey. If you don't know where to go, the music points the way. Hey, hey. If you're lost, look to the sky. The chords in the song points the way. Yeah, yeah. Just a simple truth. Don't you know? Don't you know about you? But I see the music points the way. I don't know what's going on in this town. It's an obsession I find pleasing. You know the music points the way. Hey.
Hail.
Yeah, that song was I'm having a little bit of memory recall about when exactly this song happened, but it was very recent. Very. I was in the middle of getting ready to do one song, and I almost lost that song because I got distracted by another song, and that one there was born literally 6-7 hours ago, and
Wow.
I was listening to instrumental tracks, and when I was listening to it, I'm like, oh shit, I started hearing words, and so I had to open the word pad. You know, I got a bunch open already. You know, open the fifth one, and start writing. Since then, as soon as I knew it was going to be a thing, I downloaded the MP3 song and opened it up and just let it repeat over and over while I'm writing this song and all that. And I'm singing the song at the same time here and there, singing parts and bits, you know. And so that's how that song happened. And I can't help but get the feeling that maybe I lost another song, but I don't think I did. I just think that doing 5 songs in the span of 5 days or 4 days, can't remember which. Maybe it was 3, I don't know. But it's damn confusing when I do that. Hey, Toxic Man Flu, how you doing? Hail.
Hail Toxic Man Flu. Yes.
Yeah. I've got one song in the direct messages that I haven't even touched yet. Haven't touched that one yet, yeah. So yeah, that one just what you call it magically appeared. And that one's called Points the Way. All right, so you've heard Points the Way, Golden Reds and Blues. All right, how about Traveler's Blessing? Yeah, there we go. There we go. A little upbeat.
Yep.
The lights shine down on you like dice spinning. Waiting for the drop, waiting for the dice to stop. Dreams come true, friends giving help, help from far away. Walks in the clouds, the mist is clearing, blue linings above, clear skies overhead. There's light at the end of the passageway. Some journeys take time, a twinkle in her eye. There's a twinkle in her dance. There's a twinkle in our eyes. Traveler's blessings on the way. Here's the traveler's blessing. Divine intervention, blessing the day in the journey. The light shine down on you like dice spinning, waiting for the drop, waiting for the dice to stop. Dreams come true, friends giving help, help from far away. Walks in the clouds, the mist is clearing, blue linings above. Clear skies overhead, the light at the end of the passageway. Some journeys take time, a twinkle in her eye. There's a twinkle in her dance, there's a twinkle in our eyes. Traveler's blessings on the way. Here's a traveler's blessings on the journey, divine intervention, blessing the day. The light shine down on you like dice spinning, waiting for the drop, waiting for the dice to stop. Hey, dreams come true, friends giving help from far away. Walks in the clouds, the mist is clearing, blue linings above, clear skies overhead. There's light at the end of the passageway. Some journeys take time, a twinkle in her eye. There's a twinkle in her dance, there's a twinkle in our eyes. Traveler's blessing on the way. Here's a traveler's blessing on the journey. Divine intervention, blessing the day. The light shine down on you like dice spinning, waiting for the drop, waiting for the dice to stop. Dreams come true. Dreams come true. Friend giving help, help from far away. Walks in the clouds, mist is clearing, blue linings above, clear skies overhead. There's light at the end of the passageway. Yeah, a little upbeat. Kind of reminded me of a little mixture of a slight Caribbean sound to it, and with a little influence of Phil Collins.
Yeah, I could hear kind of that. Is it coming in the air tonight? In the air tonight? What is it called? I could hear a little bit of that, kind of the sound effects that the similar sound effect being used.
Yeah, I have a setting that's called phaser, and I have couple different guitar settings, and I found a new guitar setting. So basically, I can run another instrumental track strictly just to use. I just found this guitar app, and I can go into it and I can change the way it sounds. Now I'm looking for um, one that I can use to where I can make the guitar sound like a womp 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 womp. You know that sound, and it's kind of really hard to find. And it's a MIDI that Jerry used a lot, and I'm not sure what the name of the MIDI is, but he used to make his guitar sound like French horn, saxophone.
Oh,
It was
wow.
crazy, yeah, and it actually sounded like saxophone and French horn. It was wild. But I'm looking something. I'm looking for a filter where I can change the guitar to where it sounds like a wop wop womp womp womp. That's that really nice echoey little sound when you pluck the string.
Yep. Well, it's interesting that you chose to do a music stream, because I was actually watching a lot of music documentaries over the last 2 days. Just synergy, the universe aligning or whatever. And that, and Drew's been doing a lot of musical content too, like reviewing different stuff. So I always find it interesting, the process of making music and how different musicians' processes are different.
Well, they say having fun is just another way of giving the middle finger.
Yeah, right.
So, commence with the fun. Salute.
Hail. I'm actually just having Gatorade G2, but it actually picks up the wrong Gatorade. Well, first of all, it tastes better. That was my first dead giveaway that I got the wrong shit. And I ended up with the low sugar instead of the no sugar. And so, my body doesn't react well to sugar at all.
Really?
Yeah, it makes me feel like I crash really hard anytime I have any kind of sugar. So I try to avoid it whenever possible. It just really gives me a bad crash.
I'd be a pirate with my bottle. Cork.
Whoa, nice.
Nice cork. Nice cork.
Yep, absolutely. I heard that.
Just
toxic. Nice. Toxic Man Flu has given the one finger salute as well to the world. We're having fun tonight. One finger salute, world.
Oh, yeah. So what do we have next? We've played 1, 2, 3. Yes, this one is called first let me go back, and that last one was called Traveler's Blessing. And so when you think of Traveler's Blessing, normally it's someone that's saying happy trails and stuff like that. That's a Traveler's Blessing. Let's see here. All right. This next one is called Cast Out the Shadows.
Hail, cast out the shadows. Let's cast those shadows out.
Yeah. And it's different. It's different. So here we go. Live in another dimension. They try to speak, but the megaphone has no batteries. Batteries not included in the land of the free. Go plant a tree, it's a crime to feed the hungry. Give a hug if you crawl in the soapbox routine. Almost sound like a TV cork popping. Let's see your smile, don't deviate from assigned opinions. The thought pattern control. Set the sheep to the shepherd, and they will tear you down, down, down. Leave you in ruin, might as well reach for the stars, cast out the shadows, use a little starlight. Something you hear at the roller rink, eh? Live in another dimension. They try to speak, but the megaphone has no batteries. Batteries not included in the land of the free. Go plant a tree. It's a crime to feed the hungry or give a hug. If you crawl in this soapbox routine, saying something. Let's see you smile, don't deviate from assigned opinions. Thought pattern control, said the shepherd to the sheep. They will tear you down, leave you in ruin. Might as well reach for the stars. Cast out the shadows, use a little starlight. Live in another dimension. They try to speak, but the megaphone has no batteries. Batteries not included in the land of the free. Go plant a tree. It's a crime to feed the hungry, give a hug if you crawl in the soapbox routine. Let's see you smile, don't deviate from assigned opinions. Thought pattern control, said the shepherd to the sheep. They will tear you down, leave you in ruin. Might as well reach for the stars. Cast out the shadows, use a little starlight. Live in another dimension. They try to speak, but the megaphone has no batteries. Batteries not included in the land of the free. Go plant the tree. It's a crime to feed the hungry, give a hug if you crawl it. This is soapbox landing, soapbox routine. Let's see you smile, don't deviate from assigned opinions. Stop pattern control, said the shepherd to the sheep. They will tear you down, leave you in ruin. Might as well reach for the stars, cast out the shadows, use a little starlight. Live in another dimension. They try to speak, but the megaphone has no batteries. Batteries not included in the land of the free. Go plant the tree. It's a crime to feed the hungry, give a hug if you crawl in this soapbox land, soapbox routine. Let's see you smile, don't deviate from assigned opinions. Thought pattern control, said the shepherd to the sheep. They will tear you down, leave you in ruin. Might as well reach the stars, cast out the shadows, use a little starlight. Live in another dimension. They try to speak, but the megaphone has no batteries. Batteries not included in this land of the free. Go plant a tree. It's crime to feed the hungry. Give a hug if you crawl in this soapbox routine. Now, it took me about 5 different tries to get the vocals on that right. It's not exactly something that I'm used to doing.
Yeah, it had a pretty good groove to it.
Yeah.
It's a grooving.
It reminded me of stuff that I used to hear at the Roller Dome when I was a kid. Goslin Roller Dome in Hammond, Indiana. Toxic Man Flu mentioned George Clinton and the Atomic Funkadelic. Nerd fun.
Yeah.
That's a cool compliment. Thanks, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know, gonna wave the fun flag in all the folks that don't like fun in their face, and yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that sounds like a good plan. Kind of what you have to do.
So I think I think it probably takes me about a month and a half to go through a fifth of cognac.
A month and a half?
Yeah.
Wow, your restraint is admirable.
Social. I keep it social.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
And honestly, before I do any vocals, I take a couple sips of cognac.
Well,
Yeah,
I
it's
think
become sort of like a tradition.
what I decided to do going forward is, I'm going to try to be a little bit more like Rush Limbaugh. And I think, especially when I do my high heresy streams, that's what I'm going to do. Because I think it's important to talk to the American people.
Yeah, I think it is too, for sure. Gotta make our own chorus to drown out their megaphone, so to speak.
Yeah. And they those people, if they're out there somewhere and all that, and fun ship. They don't like fun ship. Yeah.
They do not. They very
No.
much don't.
All
Yeah,
about
they
the
should get
USS Fun Ship.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, guys, I had to laugh, by the way. So apparently, a funny story today, because I saw this on Twitter. Blizzard was doing the Blizzard Con online, and apparently Metallica had a live performance on there, right? So this is how badly we've devolved into DMCA hell. Twitch played friggin' copyright-free music over top of a live performance of one of the best bands out there, so that they would get DMCA'd themselves.
Wow.
That's strange.
So this is how badly we've devolved with shitty music industry and their fucking copyright bullshit. And it's hilarious, because I mean that's just peak stupidity right there. That you have to censor a live performance for that reason. I mean, it's just wow.
It's also pretty ironic too, given Metallica's past.
Oh yeah.
Very interesting. Well, I would assume that Metallica gave them permission for that performance.
Well, no, Metallica was playing at BlizzCon. Twitch was just streaming BlizzCon because Blizzard was streaming it onto Twitch on their Twitch channel.
Okay. Now I see what's going on. Okay.
Yeah, and it talks. It is kind of poetic justice. I mean, look, Metallica was my first love. I'm kind of a Metallica fan, but I lost a lot of respect for him after the whole Napster bullshit. And then I really checked out of Metallica after the fucking Black Album, because all the shit they put out post Black Album was exactly what it was, shit, until probably a few years back.
I I don't think I've listened to any Metallica since Ride the Light came out.
Yeah, I think I think they could have had one good album out of the Load and Reloads if they would have cut out half the songs in each of those albums and tightened things up a little bit. They probably could have had another Black album.
Well, there were no guitar solos, Wes. There wasn't any trademark stuff from their old days, and they stopped being heavy. They stopped kind of being heavy. And
I thought "Bleeding Me" was a good song off of Load.
So they sort of became like
shit. Yeah.
Yeah, they did.
Well,
especially the Saint Anger album.
Let's see here. Trying to think of a musician.
The
David Copperfield.
The Death Magnetic stuff was
musician, not much.
Oh, I thought you said I thought you said a magician.
No, musician.
I was like
a musician.
Musician,
not a magician, musician. I said musician, not magician.
Got it.
Yeah. Why can't I think of his?
Yeah,
Bob Seger. So basically, they started doing Bob Seger music.
Yeah.
And Bob Seger music ain't bad music if you count the early albums. Those were that was rock and roll stuff. That was a lot of good biker rock and roll going on.
Well, yeah,
and,
yeah, they did. They legit covered one of the songs. Yep.
Yeah. They didn't do too bad. I've heard it a couple times.
It was an all right cover. I mean, that was fine. But, they
did it justice.
It's just the shit with DMCA right now is so stupid. And that's something everybody's going through. Whether you're on Twitch, whether you're on YouTube, I mean, it's real draconian now with Twitch. They went from 0 to draconian, like it was a complete 180 they did with their policies, because and it's like I've explained this before. This is all shit that's coming from the record companies. Hell, not even most of the artists want to come after people. If anything, the artists embrace content creators either reacting to their shit or using it underneath a stream or shit like that, because people are going to flock to check out the artist. So artists aren't stupid. They know they're getting free marketing from that. They're not the ones that want to go after, content creators and shit like that. It's the goddamn record companies and whatnot, because they feel they're getting shorted bucks. And, in turn, it's kind of, in a weird way, harming the artists, because, people are not flocking to them like they normally do when they're free to have exposure. Now, those two videos, even though I'm getting a shit ton of views on them right now, you guys, because I know there's quite a few of you that watched those two videos that I did with Culture. Those are under copyright claim right now, and I haven't reached out to YouTube and asked for it to be lifted. And I've got disclaimers all over those videos, about fair use. But I mean, it's like when I was in the middle of uploading, they got claimed in upload in the process.
I'm not surprised.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, they hadn't even finished processing and they were both copyright claimed. So it's crazy. I used to be able to, if I wanted to do a game stream or something, whether it was on Twitch, whether or not it was on here, I could play my Spotify low and it was fine. Now, forget it. And it sucks, because one of the things that viewers enjoyed was to have a little music under the stream while watching the streamer do their gaming, whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, now that you're getting into it, this kind of gets into, I thought, Section 230 a little bit, doesn't it? Because so if you publish something with copyrightable material, YouTube theoretically is totally off the hook for you doing that without permission, right? Because of Section 230.
Yeah, it's between you and the record company.
But YouTube, for whatever reason, has decided to get into it and get in bed with these record companies and these big corporations. And so they're actually acting on their behalf when they copyright claim or block something on that basis, which as a publisher, they're not supposed to do under Section 230, right?
As far as I know.
But I understand it's their terms of service, but why have those terms of service? I mean, why not just say, hey, it's between the record company, it's on the record company's behalf to track you down and find out who you are and to cease and desist and all this stuff. I mean, that's what makes a lot more sense.
Yeah. Well, see, there you go, Bear. You could be the arbiter of censorship. You go around and strike a bunch of channels that use your music.
Yeah, there you go. Yep.
Beings that I published the words by singing the words, yes.
Yeah. You could go be the arbiter of content. But you're not like that, and that's the thing. Actual artists don't give a shit. They're happy for the publicity. Because shit, man, if a big streamer was using my music, I would be happy as hell. Like if I saw somebody like I don't know, like Dr. Disrespect, if he played music under a stream, I know he does it, but if he played if he was playing Spotify and my shit was on under his stream, I would be ecstatic because I'd be like, hell yeah, that's exposure.
Yeah, Cast Out the Shadows, that song. Part of one of the verses has thought pattern control. Yeah. That's that funky one. Real funky. Yeah, that's that stuff right there. That's scary, man. I think they all need to be broke up. All these big giant corporations, they need to be broke up. Antitrust broke up.
Well, I think, we talk a lot about going back to the Constitution. I think if you want to do business in a certain state, you should have to incorporate in that state and have like a separate corporation only in that state. Instead of saying, oh, you're going to be subject to the laws of Georgia and have that legal entity be recognized throughout the country. I mean, that's a controversial opinion, but that's
right.
That's how I think it should be. My interpretation of the Constitution is that you should have to do that for interstate commerce, but you never know.
Yeah, it's Toxic Man Please says I'm waiting for the Metallica White Privilege album. Dude, they're a bunch of fucking liberals, man. I would not be surprised if they jumped on that train.
Well, Lars is, but James isn't. James ended up moving to Colorado to get away from them. I've heard they don't even really communicate with each other anymore. They just pretty much just don't talk to each other before the show, get on stage, and book it out of there.
I think Trujillo might be.
What show's this?
Metallica, we're talking about.
Yeah.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
So they're just wham bam, thank you, ma'am. Get the song done, leave. No heart and soul.
Well, I mean, not with each other anyway.
Yeah.
Hey, XO Kirby, how you doing? Hail,
XO Kirby. Welcome.
I've actually made friends with that dude. There's a guy on Twitter, Brian Urso's his name. He's a guitarist for a band. I think they're British guys, but this band they're progressive metal. Yeah.
This one's for you.
Nice. But the thing is yeah, I made friends with Brian. I talked to him on Twitter, and you know, he said that he said that, you know, they're pretty much as a band, they're pretty like bass, pretty red pilled as people. So they're using their music to kind of speak out against the garbage, which is cool. He's actually gonna
Exactamundo.
he's gonna pop by my I think it's his band's called Gideon's Bob. Yeah, Brian's actually gonna stop by my birthday stream. I got a bunch of cool people stopping by. Cameron Pasha confirmed with me he's gonna stop by.
I like him. He's good people.
Yeah,
Yeah, I like him a lot too.
Cameron's awesome.
We follow each other. I retweet some of his stuff.
Yeah, especially he likes the hot women.
Yeah, he's you know, he's part of our community.
Yeah, he is. Oh yeah, he is. You know, he's
Salud.
he's one of the good Hollywood people, and he wound up being Phantom Menace all the way.
Yep.
Yeah, I invited a bunch of people, man. Ord should be coming by. Amber. Oh God, Lorena Creole's coming by. Oh God, I invited a ton of people, so it's gonna be a good time on Sunday. Looking forward to it. Of course, I invited Wes and Bear. And,
Yeah, absolutely. I should be able to make it, at least for part of it.
Yep.
Just send me a direct message with the day that it's on, so that way
Well, it's on this
I can put it in one of my reminders to remind me.
this Sunday, Bear.
Okay, I can remember that.
Yeah,
But I sometimes I have so many things going on, like maybe 5 songs at once.
yeah,
Whoa.
but for you, the big thing is gonna be for you. It's like 2 p. Like, well, West Coast time. It's gonna be from 2 to 5 p.m. because I'm going from 5 to 8. So it'll be 2 to 5 in your guys' neck of the woods.
Yeah, I can probably jump on. Yeah. If not, it'll be the last 2 hours.
All right.
Depends on what's going on. Wow, I gotta say, cognac sure does give you a good buzz. Gotta say, there was about 1 inch left in the old bottle, and drank that up pretty quick. It was about 5 drinks. Yeah, 5 drinks. 5 half shots, basically. Yeah, Southern Comfort. I can't do Southern Comfort no more. We used to me and my friend Shane. We were talking about back in the day when we used to take Yukon Jack, Jägermeister, Yukon Jack, Jägermeister. What's one of the other sweet whiskeys? Southern Comfort. There's one more I'm forgetting.
A sweet whiskey.
Yes. So Yukon Jack, Southern Comfort, Jägermeister, and there's one other. Can't remember it. But we take all of that and mix it. And instead of Red Bull, it was like Jaeger bombs, only with other stuff. And we'd use a splash of Mountain Dew and drink that. My God. Want to talk about a massive freaking hangover, man. Massive.
Oh yeah, liqueurs always really end up giving you a bad hangover.
Yeah, so me and sweet whiskeys. No. No more.
Yeah,
The closest to a sweet whiskey I'm gonna get is probably a sherry. When it comes to a cream liqueur, you know.
Yeah, I try to avoid that sweet stuff too.
And for those of you with 30 minds, I said cream liquor as liqueur, and not the other thing.
Liqueur?
Drew gets it.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, you gotta have some fun. So that was Cast Out to Shadows, and the next song is called Beautiful Land. And these songs all happened really, really, really close to each other. And I try not to do that. I try not to get like 5 songs that I'm working on at one time. They're almost all completed, but there's little tiny things here and there that I'll notice. It's like, oh, I got to open that back up and I got to change this or add that. Beautiful Land. Well, where do you go from here in the land of sorrow? Be free or die, beautiful land paid by the brave sacrifice. Brave lives given freely, moving mountains and hills where we've been. Land we've seen, the flags waving in the wind. Take a step, fall back, step, right, spin. Oh, happen, did you hear the song birds sing? Well, where do you go from here in the land of sorrow? Be free or die. Beautiful land paid by the brave sacrifice. Brave lives given freely. Move mountains and hills where we've been. Lands we've seen. Flags waving in the wind. Take a step back, fall back, step right, spin toe tapping. Did you hear the songbird sing? Well, where do you go from here in the land of sorrow? Be free or die. Beautiful land paid by the brave sacrifice. Brave lives given freely. Moving mountains and hills where we've been. Land we've seen. The flags waving in the wind. Take a step back, fall back, step right, spin, toe tapping. Did you hear the songbird sing? Well, where do you go from here in the land of sorrow? Be free or die. Beautiful land paid by the brave sacrifice. Brave lives to give it freely. Move mountains and hills where we've been. Lands we see, flags waving in the wind. Take a step back, fall back, step right, spin, toe tapping. Did you hear the songbird sing? Where do you go from here in the land of sorrow? Be free or die. Beautiful land paid by the brave sacrifice. Brave lives given freely. Move mountains and hills where we've been. Lands we've seen, flags waving in the wind. Take a step back, fall back. Step right, spin, toe tapping. Did you hear the songbird sing? Well, where do you go from here in the land of sorrow? Be free or die. Beautiful land paid by the brave sacrifice. Brave lives given freely. Move mountains and hills where we've been, where we've seen. Land we've seen, flags waving in the wind. Take a step back, fall back, step right, spin, toe tapping. Did you hear the songbird sing? Well, where do we go from here in the land of sorrow? Be free or die. Beautiful land, Father, great sacrifice. I don't know. That's kind of growing on me. Yeah.
I like the vocals on that one.
Yeah. It's one of those ones where, it's yeah, I like that. Yeah, I almost went live and sung it when the song came to me. Yeah, it was one of those kind of things where, wow, I really like that. I've got one version with background vocal. Yeah, there it is. This has got the background vocal. It might be a little louder too. Well, where do you go from here in the land of sorrow? Be free or die, beautiful and paid by the great sacrifice. Great lives given and freely moved mountains and hills where we've been. Land we've seen, a flash waving in the wind. Take a step, stack, fall back, step right, spin, toe tap it. If you hear the songbird sing. Well, where do you go here in the land of sorrow? Be free or die. Beautiful land, paid by the great sacrifice. Great life given freely. Move mountains and hills where we've been. Land we've seen. Flag waving in the wind. Take a step back, fall back, step right, chin, toe tapping. Did you hear the songbird sing? Well, where do you go from here in the land of sorrow? Be free or die. Beautiful land, paid by the great sacrifice. Brave lives given freely. Moving mountains and hills where we've been. Land we see, waving in the wind. Take a step back, fall back, step right, spin it, toe tapping. Did you hear the songbird sing? Well, where do you go from here in the land of sorrow? Be free or die. Be free or die. Beautiful land, paid by the great sacrifice. Great lives given freely. Move mountains and hills where we've been. Lands we've seen, flags waving in the wind. Take a step back, fall back, step right, toe tap. Did you hear the songbird sing? Where go from here in the land of sorrow? Be free or die. Beautiful land by the great sacrifice. Great life given freely. Mountains and hills where we've been, we've seen flags waving in the wind. Take a step back, fall back, step right, then go grabbing. Did you hear your songbird sing? Well, where do you go from here in the land of sorrow? Be free or die. Beautiful land, paid by the great sacrifice. Great lives given freely. Move mountains and hills where we've been, where we've seen. Land we've seen, flags waving in the wind. Take a step back, fall back, step right, spin, toe tapping. Just get you hear the songbird sing. Well, where do we go from here in the land of sorrow? Be free or die. Beautiful land, paid by the great sacrifice. Yeah, I was on Twitter, and I follow a few different military organizations on Twitter, and the Canadian Forces and stuff like that. And they had posted some of their boys over there in Afghanistan uh, bit the dust, and so I wrote that. I wrote that song because there's too many boys over there dying, and so I wrote that for them.
Yep. Yeah, we're still over there too, aren't we?
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, that was for them. Real
Cheers.
strong rock and roll kind of song, real stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, let's see here. Let's go here.
So I'm looking forward to that Gina Carano interview with Ben Shapiro. I don't know, Ben Shapiro seems to be pretty controversial with a lot of people.
I got mixed feelings about him.
Yeah, there are people that say that he's like a wolf in sheep's clothing, that he's not really anti-establishment, that he's really kind of sucking up to them.
Whoops. Yeah, there's things about Ben Shapiro I like, and there's things about him that I don't like. And he's interesting to listen talk. Yeah. He's very interesting to listen talk. But everything that he's saying, I don't necessarily buy. Grain of salt stuff.
Yeah.
Rush. I hear Rush Limbaugh passed away recently.
Yeah.
I just happened to listen to his last show that he broadcast, and I can't remember when it was, but it was one of those journeys where I was on my way to get groceries, and I get 7:70 a.m. And I was listening to Rush Limbaugh, and you got to understand, I had mixed feelings about Rush Limbaugh because basically Deadhead background, filed Grateful Dead and stuff like that. And basically, you got to understand for back in those days, it was anti everything, anti everything, left, right. Who cares? Didn't care about that shit. Didn't fuck about it. And so Rush Limbaugh grew on me over the years, and I came to appreciate Rush Limbaugh. Don't have to agree with everything he said, but he was an interesting fella. That's for sure.
Well, yeah, I mean, everything that we're experiencing right now with a lot of the censorship and the narratives that they're trying to use against alternatives were all tactics and things that were used against him. Hail, Mikhail Wolf, welcome, my friend. And so, yeah, he was kind of he was the prototype. He was the one that paved the way for a lot of, even just
first
YouTubers.
Independent journalist. Yep. He paved the way for independent journalism.
Yeah, he really did. He was. I remember his TV show when he was showing, and I showed it on, I think, my tribute stream. He was showing Clinton going to Ron Brown's funeral, and Clinton's laughing, yucking it up, having a good time. Then sees the camera and starts faking tears and crying.
Yeah,
he would expose that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I don't like stuff like that, man.
I mean, and Ron Brown,
that's seeking glamour at the expense of someone's tragedy. That's horrible.
Well, there are people that think that Ron Brown was on the Clinton death list, so one of the victims.
Well, Mikhail, I actually started at about a little after 9. I timed to start at 8:30, and all of you know that I don't start on time. I start about 30 minutes later or an hour later. Depends on what's going on. I got distracted in the song. I'm going live at 12. You know, I don't plan these things. Sometimes they just happen. I just got basically 5 songs like a choo-choo train stacked on top of one another. That's confusing, really is. And I kept having the feeling that I missed a song somewhere, like I lost it. Like, where'd it go? Looking for it. But yeah, it's really confusing to do 5 songs at once. Wow. So how much of the songs were you able to hear, Mikhail? The 5 new ones. So what you drinking on, Drew?
You there, Drew?
Drew. Oh, I know. Watch this. Hey, what are you doing? Let's see here. Yeah. Hey, Drew. Hello, Drew. Hey, Drew. Hey, Drew. What are you doing? Wake up. Yeah, I got this on my studio that I use. There's this little yellow button. You unpress it and that goes away. You press it and then you can hear yourself like it's a monitor. It kind of helps sometimes for the first track when you do the first vocal track. I don't always use it, but if I'm having a hard time getting in tune, I'll turn that on so I can hear myself. It helps every now and then.
Oh, wow. Did not know.
Yeah. And I turn that button on when I sing a song live. It just helps. It's like it's exactly it's a monitor. It basically you can hear yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, very cool what they can do with technology. What would you say is your favorite or your top 3 musical biographies, or I'm sorry, not film biographies on musicians, like La Bamba or Ray, Dirt?
Well, I would have to say there is a special they did on the closing of Winterland. Every band you can think of played there. In my announcer voice just now. Yeah.
Nice.
So yeah. Oh man. There's one that the band did. There's a rock. It's like a rock opera. The band was there. Oh, every Paul Butterfield band was there. Every rock icon you can think of was at this. I can't remember the freaking name of it.
Oh man.
Everything all right?
Yeah, the Doors was decent.
Freaking name of it.
Yeah, the Doors. Yeah, the Doors was, boy. Val Kilmer really, he did a great job in that role.
Yeah, he did. Hey, I you know what I did? 2 of my friends that were hot chicks, we went to see that movie. Everybody was looking at me when we went in there, and they were hooked on my arms and all. We were friends. We'd known each other for years, so they didn't know, and so we were all having a little bit of fun with them, and I walked in there like that, watched that movie and all that. And people just stared and all that, and it's fun. It's fun when you can kind of mess with people's head a little bit, have a little fun. Plus, there was a lot of fun going on with that movie. People brought their own beverages inside. And whatnot, and so on.
Right.
Yeah. So let's see here. What am I trying to do? All right.
Well, even though Metallica really sucked as a band at that point, I did think their documentary, The Some Kind of Monster, was actually a really good documentary.
All right, let's see here.
Yeah, but dude, a lot of this, we were talking about the DMCA stuff. A lot of this modern DMCA stuff is probably because of the bullshit that they started with Napster. I mean, it evolved from that. That was a big thing that really kind of put the power in the hands of the record companies. Yeah, RR, sorry, I was AFK for a second. I'll probably be AFK again here in a minute because I need coffee.
Well, actually, let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and share this because you just reminded me of kind of the backlash that happened back then. And there are these cartoons, and I think we've played them in the past, but I'll go ahead and share it because these cartoons were freaking hilarious.
Which ones and which kind?
The Camp Chaos cartoons lampooning Metallica.
Oh, okay.
No, yeah, they were. Oh God, oh I remember those. Those were funny shit, man.
Yeah, this one's my favorite. This is hilarious. This one right here. I still laugh at this one. Good night, Tommy.
Good night, Tommy.
What you gonna do when we come for you? Napster, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when we come for you? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Napster, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when we come for you? Metallica, filmed on location with Lars Ulrich and James Hetfield of Metallica.
Makes it seem so douchey.
Fucking assholes.
7825, code 6, 105.
This neighborhood is, pretty motherfucking rough these days.
School district bad.
The schools suck, and almost everyone has like that interweb. No, I mean like the internet thing on their computer machines.
Interweb bad.
Better fucking believe it. So it's like so much more difficult to track down the dickless cocksuckers who try to steal our music with the motherfucking Napster.
Napster bad.
Fucking Metallicops here. Go. Fuck! Napster user with a cable modem downloading Sanitarium? 10-4, we're like on our motherfucking way. We got like a call here to this house of residence. There's a boy inside who's, stealing our songs with Napster or some shit. It's fucking dangerous job, but we feel like it's our duty to handle each raid personally because it's a fucking blast. We've done something like 300,000 of these so far, and every time I do it, I get a colossal fucking chubby.
Chubby, good.
Freeze, motherfucker! Don't move a fucking muscle, you grab ass! Oh my God, you guys are Metallica!
Shut up!
Oh, I see we're doing some, downloading with that Napster machine here. Oh, what have we fucking here? Sanitarium.mp3. Napster, I'm gonna fucking slap you silly dickweed.
Dickweed, bad!
Got something to say? You got something to say? Gonna cry? You gonna cry like a little sissy Mary? Not so tough, not so tough.
7825, code 6, 105 North Avenue, 52.
That went like pretty fucking well, Normally we just bash their machine and verbally like humiliate these criminals. But in this case, we had to take extreme force, maneuvering. Fucker was obviously, like getting nasty and resisting persecution. So we had to, apprehend him and rectify the status of the scenario. What a cocksucker.
Sprinkles, good.
7825, code 6, 105 North Avenue, 52.
Napster, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when we come for you? Napster, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when we come for you? What you gonna Napster, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when we come for you?
Okay, go ahead and throw that link in the chat.
All right.
So we can reference it in the info.
That's great. That is great.
Yep. To this day, every once in a while, I say we need to rectify the situation of the scenario. What a fucking asshole, or what a cocksucker, or resisting persecution. Yeah, that's another one.
Well, it's just that's just too funny, man. I found that story amusing as hell. Like, hold on. I'll have to. I'll pull it up on the Twitters here if I can. Let me see if I can find
Maybe
it.
I should land an interview with that Bob Seska guy that created those.
Yeah, it'd be interesting. Let's see.
Yeah, there's another one that Metallica actually played during their some kind of monster documentary. Well, they played the first part of it.
Yeah, so here's the one tweet I saw. This is because this guy this is from Rod Breslow. He's a guy that covers a lot of stuff around the content platform sphere, mainly like Twitch and stuff like that. So hold on, let me share this because it is funny. So
I've noticed that there's a lot of journalists, real journalists, that are actually on Twitter, and they're actually putting out some really interesting stuff. And I followed a few different ones here and there, especially ones that locally were covering Seattle.
Yeah,
or
so
Tacoma.
So this is what they did with
Mute that.
No, this is not copyrighted.
Oh, okay.
But that's what they played over top of Metallica stuff. It's a little 10-second clip of it. So Metallica's playing live, and Twitch played that over top of it.
Wow.
to avoid DMCA. But I mean,
Wow.
that's it's so funny. It's so funny, man. And then he says, I have a longer clip with Metallica playing and the Twitch production team transitioning seamlessly into 8-bit music, but I'm afraid to post in fear of DMCA myself. Good work, music industry, you bunch of ghouls. And he's not wrong about that. It's just fucking hilarious because of the hypocrisy of the whole thing.
Yep.
And this is what we got essentially from that Napster thing. So a lot of the DMCA takedowns we see now, well, in a weird way, guys, you can thank Metallica.
Yeah, they kind of led the way on that.
Oh God.
Yeah, I think a lot of people were pissed off at them for doing that stuff.
Yeah, well, now you can be pissed off at them all over again because there's a wave of a lot of the DMCA censorship is, well, yeah, they're referencing all the shit that went down before. The music industry is making a lot of excuses.
Those of you that are drinking something, you know what reload means.
Yeah. Which is ironic considering we're talking about Metallica. Yeah, it's ironic considering we're talking about Metallica.
You got reload original concept here for drinking on this channel. Yeah. So clear.
Yep. Nope, just Gatorade for me tonight.
Oh, it's good stuff. Yeah, I know you got something going on. Toxic Man Flu, where you at? You probably got a little something going on too. Some probably a good whiskey.
I do enjoy whiskey. See, they need to have a subscription program for liquor the way they do for other things. It's like pay $50 a month and liquor of the month club. Like, congratulations, Wes! You've earned enough points to get a life-size, 6-foot-tall bottle of Jack Daniels.
Let's see here.
Though I'd rather have a human-sized Crown Royal, because then I could probably use the sock as a sleeping bag. So Mikhail says, Mr. Beam for me tonight. Kind of wonder who would win in a fight, Jim Beam or Jack Daniels.
Have you guys heard of Google Meet?
No.
It's what the schools have been using to communicate back and forth with. And apparently it's free, but you can't use it with YouTube. Basically, I think it's something that Google Hangouts. This is what replaced Google Hangouts, I think. It's premium video meetings now free for everyone. Thought it was really weird. I had to use it to have a conference with my son's teacher.
Was it easy to use?
Yeah, fairly easy. Yeah, very similar to StreamYard, in a lot of ways.
Yep. Wow. I remember when Google Hangouts, that's what all the YouTubers used. Yeah.
Didn't Google Hangouts, what was it, a limit of 20 people you can have on at one time?
Oh, you could have that many?
I don't remember how many it was, but I know it was more than 6.
Holy crap. I even kind of lose track when we have more than six, but it depends, I guess, on the topic and how liquored up we all are, whether it works or not.
Yeah. So this is Toxic Man influence song. Who let the genie out of the bottle? No, put it back. Facing down the howling with the howling of the storm. The wolves howling back. I clench my jaw as the rain cut my face. Glass in the howling wind. Like glass in the howling wind in the winter storm. Standing up to the greatest foe ever faced. Fear, it was me riding like a wave. Never give in, now you have to pay the price. You gotta deal with all the fallout. You gotta get out, grab a fishing pole and get some soul. Is it you, is it me? We can see through a flying eye. In the storm of the eye, wandering back. Who let the genie out of the bottle? No, putting it back. Facing down the howling with the howling of the storm. Wolves howling back. I clench my jaw as the rain cut my face. Like the glass in the howling wind in the winter storm. Standing up to the greatest foe ever faced. Fear. It was me riding like a wave. Never give in, now you have to pay the price. You gotta deal with all the fallout. You gotta get out. Grab a fishing pole and get some soul. Is it you? Is it me? We can't see through a flying eye. In the storm of the eye, wandering back. Who let the genie out of the bottle, putting it back? Facing down the howling wind, the howling of the storm, wolves howling back. I clench my jaw as the rain cut my face, like the glass in the howling wind in the winter storm. Standing up to the greatest foe ever faced. Fear, it was me, riding like a wave. Never give in, now you have to pay the price. You gotta deal with all the fallout. You gotta get out, grab a fishing pole, get some soul. Is it you, is it me? We can't see through a flying eye. In the storm of the eye, wandering back. Who let the genie out of the bottle? No, putting it back. Wandering back. Facing down and howling. Who let the genie out of the bottle? No, putting it back. Yeah.
All right.
Salute. Get your popcorn ready.
Oh, that's good
clowns in town. Wear paper crowns. Paper fools think they're cool. Talking out of turn, you bet. Get on the road. Get your popcorn ready. The wolves roll in the land of wolves. Funny clowns in town wearing paper crowns. Fear the wolf. Get your popcorn ready. Funny clowns in town wearing paper crowns. Paper fools think they're cool. Talking out of turn, you bet. Get on the road. Get your popcorn ready. The wolves rule in the land of wolves. Funny clowns in town wearing paper crowns. Fear the wolf. Get your popcorn ready. Funny clowns in town wearing paper crowns. Paper fools think they're cool. Talking out of turn, you bet. Get on the road. Get your popcorn ready. The wolves rule in the land of wolves. The wolves rule in the land of wolves. Funny clowns in town wearing paper crowns. Fear the wolf. Get your popcorn ready. Funny clowns in town wearing paper crowns. Paper fools think they're cool. Talking out of turn. You bet. Get on the road. Get your popcorn ready. The wolves roll. Land of the wolves. Funny clowns in town wearing paper crowns. Fear the wolf. Get your popcorn ready. Funny clowns in town wearing paper crowns. Paper fools think they're cool. Talking out of turn. You bet. Get on the road. Get your popcorn ready. The wolves roll. Land of the wolf. Funny clowns in town wearing paper crowns. Fear the wolf. Get your popcorn ready. Funny clowns in town wearing paper crowns. Paper fools think they're cool. rock and roll.
All right.
Yes, I was muted the whole time I was talking to you, Wes. Woohoo!
Oh. Oh well, I could.
Yeah, I told you I was going to send you some vodka, but I don't have none, and I got cognac. And as soon as I get my transporter device working, I'd send you some. Like,
yeah, it's always helpful. Yeah. Yep. Nope, gotta work in the morning tomorrow, so
yeah.
Get too late.
Yep. Yeah.
All right, what we got here coming up next? Dripping from the trees. Let's go one more.
Mist in the light
There we go.
of day, rain shining down, golden leaves floating by. I was recollecting soaking in the blue sun, bursting from the rainbow. Saturday times 4, twice in the sky. Saw the shadow in the oak tree it made for, looking for the door, looking for that bittersweet joy. Hello, in the shadow of the blue sun, fly across the silver linings, running, turning round, stepping into the trance, merge the dance, merge with the ancient ones, move across, move back to golden autumn days, in the sunshine, dance and chance. Meteor glance, sparkle in the eye, drive through the night under the starlight. We knew it was great. Time to be on the dance floor. Reminds me of a time before. It was in my eye. Seen it there before. I've been flying through the gears, magic in a magical land. I've seen before, all the way to the core, all the way to the core, all the way to the core. Mist in the light of day. Mist in the light of day. Rain shining down, golden leaves floating by. I was recollecting, soaking in the blue sun. Bursting from the rainbow, Saturday times 4, twice in the sky. Saw the shadow in the oak tree it made for. Looking for the door, looking for the bittersweet joy. Hello, in the shadow of the blue sun, flying across the silver linings, running, turning round, stepping into the trance, merge the dance, merge with the ancient ones, move across space, move back to golden autumn days in the sunshine. In the sunshine, dance and chance, meet your glance, sparkle in the eye, drive through the night. Under the starlight, we knew it was great. Time to be on the dance floor, reminds me of a time before. It was in my eye, I've seen it there before. I've been flying through the here's magic in a magical land. I've seen before, all the way to the core, all the way to the core. Mist in the light of day, rays shining down, golden leaves floating by. I was recollecting, soaking in the sunshine, soaking in the blue sun, bursting from the rainbow Saturday times. For twice in the sky, saw the shadow in the oak tree it made for. Looking for the door, looking for that bittersweet joy. Hello, in the shadow of the blue sun, flying across silver linings, running round, turning round, stepping into the trance. Merge the dance, merge with the ancient ones, move across space, move back to the golden autumn days in the sunshine. In the sunshine, dance and chance made your glance sparkle in the eye. Drive through the night, under the starlight, we knew it was great. Time to be on the dance floor.
Aha.
I love that eagle effect.
Yeah. That was fun making that, because I had one where it was more cartoony eagle, and so what I did was I went and found me some copyright free pictures of some eagles and lassoed the eagles out and then put them in as the particles, and then press play. Bink, 1,000 eagles just popped up. Screen full. So I had to turn the faucet down just a little, to a trickle, to where it was only like a couple here and there coming out.
Yeah,
like,
I bet.
Whoa.
Not an endangered species anymore, huh?
Yeah. 1,000,000 eagles just popped up on the screen. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, that's very cool, because there's just enough variety that it keeps it really interesting. And of course, eagles, the motion is interesting. I like the motion of them. It's very cool. It's kind of calming.
All right. I just I made something earlier. Find where I put it. All right, let's see. I gotta see which one's going backwards first. All right, cool. Okay. All right, let me do this.
Oh.
Juggle.
Well, where do you go from here in the land of sorrow? Be free or die, beautiful and paid by the brave sacrifice. Great lives given, freely moving mountains and hills where we've been. Land we've seen, our flags waving in the wind. Take a step, fall back, step, right, spin. Toes tapping, did you hear the song? Birds sing. Well, where do you go from here in the land of sorrow?
be free or die. Beautiful land paid by the brave sacrifice, brave lives given freely. Move mountains and hills where we've been, lands we've seen, flags waving in the wind. Take a step back, fall back, step right, spin toe tapping. Did you hear the songbird sing? Well, where do you go from here in the land of sorrow? Be free or die. Beautiful land paid by the brave sacrifice, brave lives given freely. Moving mountains and hills where we've been, lands we've seen, the flags waving in the wind. Take a step back, fall back, step right, spin toe tapping. Did you hear the songbird sing? Well, where do you go from here in the land of sorrow? Be free or die. Beautiful land paid by the brave sacrifice, their lives they give it freely. Move mountains and hills where we've been, lands we see, flags waving in the wind. Take a step back, fall back, step right, spin toe tapping. Did you hear the songbird sing? Where do you go from here in the land of sorrow? Be free or die. Beautiful land paid by the brave sacrifice, brave lives given freely. Move mountains and hills where we've been, lands we've seen, flags waving in the wind. Take a step back, fall back, step right, spin toe tapping. Did you hear the songbird sing? Well, where do you go from here in the land of sorrow? Be free or die. Beautiful land made by the brave sacrifice, brave lives given freely. Move mountains and hills where we've been, where we've seen, land we've seen, flags waving in the wind. Take a step back, fall back, step right, spin toe tapping. Did you hear the songbird sing? Well, where do we go from here in the land of sorrow? Be free or die. Beautiful land, paid by the brave sacrifice. Yeah, that's a slideshow I'm working with. Yeah, it was a sunny day the other day, and I was going to pick up a order from Walmart. I got some new pillows, and I figured this would be a great time to mount the phone on the little suction cup deal and make a video. So that's what I did. And I use that neon light filter, color filter. And what I did was I pushed all the bright all the way up, put a little contrast in there, and ran it through the power director on my phone. Then ran it through again, brightened everything up. Then I reversed it. And got one going forward, one going backwards.
Oh, wow.
It's going to be a slideshow pretty much for that song right there.
Yeah, it made for an interesting visual for sure.
Yeah. The going backwards part, I kind of dug that. There was another setting on my laptop that I had found in the visual effects, and it added a frosted effect. I can't seem to frickin' find it. I never saved it to the favorites, and I'm kicking myself now for it. Now I got to experiment here and there with some of the special effects. Because I got one where you can put it in there and make everything look like it's warped wherever it's going. Streamers coming off of it. It's kind of cool. Was you gonna say what?
Oh, I was going to say I need to experiment more with Adobe Premiere because supposedly there's a bunch of crap I should be able to do with it, but I can't figure it out.
Yeah. You know,
A
I
lot of different-
actually got that Tascam hooked up. I actually got it hooked up, got it to work right, and sound pretty good. I had a little bit more amperage than I normally would with vocals and stuff, and but there was this. I had to do a couple different experiments with recording some vocals, and then when the vocals would stop, when nothing was going on, I would hear this hum
Mhm.
in the background. And so I shut the fan off. Okay, it's not that. And I'm like, to me, it's acting like something's not grounded. And I got a feeling it's the freaking Tascam. It's not grounded. Plugs into a USB port, but that don't mean that it's grounded. Because
Who's the
most
kitty?
stereo.
No, that's Gambit. Hey, AP, what's going on, buddy?
Hey, Apollo Patriot, how you doing, brother?
Hey,
Rip for shrimp, indeed.
yeah, rip the shrimp.
Yeah.
It was funny how.
So I got
That's coming on my birthday.
So I got this Tascam that I think I'm going to have to send back in. I noticed something odd when I had it hooked up. I had to use mono to get any proper sound because it's got a Tascam has an interface. Tascam US our settings panel, and you can shut things on and off with it. And I had to set it to mono instead of stereo. It was weird, man. Just weird.
It is
I
a
was
little
really
weird.
hyped for this doodad, but I should have got the one that I wanted to get. I shouldn't have settled because what I needed I needed the XLR in and an XLR out. That's what I needed. And this doesn't do that. It's got an XLR in, and what I did was I used a guitar cord that's got the 6.3 jack going down to the 3.5 jack, and I plugged that into my audio input that I have, and that's how I got it to work. Put all the gain, the volume, all that stuff halfway on the Tascam, and it actually had some decent sound, but it had that damn hum in the background, and so that defeats the purpose.
Could it be the fan on your laptop it's picking up?
It's very possible, but I got a feeling that basically with the fact that it doesn't actually plug in to an actual wall socket where it's grounded, it's USB powered. It plugs into a USB to power the thing. And I'm just thinking, like, well, what if I ground? And I don't want to have to go into the what if and all that. I'm just gonna send the thing back, and I'm gonna get the one that's actually got a power supply that it has to plug in, and it's got the XLR in and the XLR out. Because the XLR cords that I got, they're crap. They're absolute crap, and they weren't exactly cheap, but they weren't expensive either. And live and learn, because the power supply from my mic that I got, the cords that came with that are twice as better, because basically what I did was after I experienced the hum, I plugged it back into the main power supply for the mic and plugged it back in. Hum was gone, sound perfect. So it's the item itself. I'm gonna have to send it back. Yeah, with things like that, I don't really like to send stuff like that back, but I'm not gonna really have a choice.
Oh my god. You know, I really love these fucking people. Like, I'm arguing with somebody on Twitter right now about the MCU, and there had been somebody that tweeted something about Monica Rambeau was the first black woman in the MCU with powers, and Snowdub's like, yeah, I guess we forgot about Storm. And I had replied to that earlier today. I said, well, they love to conveniently forget cherry picking is their favorite pastime, which, you know, a lot of these people that come into our fandoms now, you guys know, they're Johnny come lately fans. They have no idea really what the fandom's about. They're basically faking it, and you guys know that because you guys are real fans. So this one chick, this is black chick, she said, Storm isn't the MCU. You people are just dumb. And I said, no, we're smarter. We're original Marvel Universe readers. There is no MCU without the OG Marvel Universe. Keep being irrational, though. And I said, additionally, Storm is technically available for use at any time. Marvel Studios can use the X-Men now, which they can. I'm not wrong about that because they have the Fox. They bought out Fox. And then, of course,
that's so that's why we're seeing Storm.
Well, that's why you're going to
that's who Monica Rambeau is. She's Storm, right?
No. Monica Rambeau is just she's completely different. She's not Storm.
Because it looked to me like she had some electricity power going on.
Yeah,
it was weird. It was weird.
So then this chick replies to me, but we're talking about the MCU, not Marvel Comics, so you're not as smart as you think you are. Oh, God, I can't stand these new fans, you guys. They're just they're just idiots. They really are idiots.
They don't realize that the whole base of the character is from the comics.
No, well, they're just like going by the MCU like it's like the master canon, and they like to cherry pick shit, you know. And we point out
they're forgetting a couple key words. It's movie canon.
Yeah,
comic book canon is the base.
Yeah,
that's where they get their characters from.
They don't realize
they don't understand that.
They don't realize their precious WandaVision that they're watching. They wouldn't even have the storyline without the comic books because it's using the fucking House of M storyline from the comics. So, oh my God, it's just so. I hate these people. I mean, because they come in, they usurp our fucking fandoms, and then they act like they know everything about it, which they don't.
Act like they did us a favor.
Yeah, here's where I'm confused. So that Agnes chick that showed up, was that controversial, or was that who was supposed to show up? I don't understand.
No, she's playing Agatha Harkness. Agatha Harkness is featured prominently in there. She's like a witch. She's like a witch. She's
wow.
What?
You know, House of M paperback. It was released February 1st, 2006. They want $84.72 for it on Amazon.
House of M, the Scarlet Witch stuff, right?
House of M. It's the Marvel event, the decade this year, the Avengers and X-Men. Yeah. The hardcover is $196.
Yeah, it's a big
and
deal.
If you have Comixology, you can get it for free.
But yeah, it's just I hate this type of thing, and this is an effect that happens with all of our fandoms, because you guys know this, whether it's Star Trek, whether it's Star Wars, people just coming in and they're Johnny come latelys. They don't do their research. They think like the new stuff is the be all end all canon, and then you try to reference something like TOS or whatever, or try to educate these people, and they're like, no, that doesn't matter, or they cherry pick stuff, and it's absolutely stupid. So, oh God, I hate these people. This is why gatekeeping is the thing, and it's why gatekeeping is fucking important.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I put that in the chat there. It's on Amazon. So if you have Comixology, you can read it for free.
Yeah. Oh God, I fucking hate Brian Michael Bendis, man.
And Comixology is a subscription you can get through Amazon. And I believe you can read some of the comics through the reader app they have. I used to have Comixology, and that's how I binged a bunch of Darth Vader comics and a bunch of Incredible Hulk comics.
Oh, AP though, listen, AP. Anything like new DC is just absolutely terrible, though. I mean, they jumped the shark a long time ago. They have the same problem as Marvel. They keep hiring woke writers and people that don't really care about comics. They care more about activism, and you keep getting shit comic after shit comic. That's why the big two are losing. They're on life support at this point. Marvel and DC are both on life support. They're if people didn't buy back issues, they'd be fucked. Because anybody that is a halfway cultured comics fan is picking up back issues that they didn't have. But that's what they're buying at this point, because they're not buying the new stuff, because the new stuff is absolute garbage.
Did you see that Green Lantern? They came out with an extended cut.
Yeah, but that movie's such trash.
I got it. I wanted to see it. I have the first one.
Yeah, I feel like there was.
I bought a one of those $3 Walmart movies, and it had one of those digital things, and I got the first movie on Vudu, and then I seen the extended cut, and I wanted to see if there was any difference.
I feel like a lot of the humor didn't work for me in that movie.
Man, I'm just so salty because one of these days I'm gonna have to go. I have a bunch of my old comics from the 80s and 90s that are sitting up in a crawl space above our garage. The only thing is, see, I wasn't really a collector. I was just a reader, so at the time, I didn't buy like the protective plastics or anything for them. So I know my comics are probably just, oh God, they're probably decimated from weather and from everything else. Oh God, I shudder.
Hey Drew, the Green Lantern movie. There's a couple reasons why I like that movie. A lot of it didn't deliver, but there's a few things why. It was the people that was in it that I liked. Ryan Reynolds, and of course Blake Lively, Peter Sarsgaard, Mark Strong, Tim Robbins.
No, I'm not saying it didn't have a good cast.
And they kind of made the movie what it was, and had they not been in this movie, it probably would have been a lot freaking worse. A lot worse. Yeah. And I like it. I like it for those reasons. There's some good moments and there's some bad moments. In some cases, it didn't deliver, but I think they should have gone with like an actual suit, costume.
Yeah. But my old comics, God, if they were actually still, in decent condition and readable, man. I'd love to go back and read them. And I had a lot of actually ROM Space Night. If anybody remembers ROM Space Night, and Clobbering Times is in here, so I know Mike remembers. But yeah,
Clobbering Times. How you doing, man?
ROM Space Night was friggin' amazing back then. But oh god, those were the days. I got some Alpha Flight up there. I got a ton of X-Men. I got a ton of Spider-Man. I got a ton of Spider-Man because Spider-Man was and is still my favorite character, even though the movies fucking sucked. I don't think I've really liked much of the Spider-Man films. Kind of like the Garfield films a little bit. The Spider-Man films I actually did enjoy, probably the Maguire movies, to be honest.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really honestly though, I don't feel that there's been a movie yet that's really done Spider-Man justice. But yeah, I used to read Peter Parker, The Spectacular Spider-Man. I used to read The Amazing Spider-Man. Yeah, there was a lot. I had a lot of good stuff tucked away up there. Damn it. And it's just, I bet that between the weather and just old age, man, I bet my comics are just in shit condition. And it's a shame.
I always liked Spider-Man as a character. I always thought Spider-Man was one of the more interesting characters because he had like real world problems, you know?
We did,
like,
yeah.
Money problems. You had, love life problems. You had, family problems. All this stuff, time issues, balancing all that shit in addition to it, and the fact that he was such a young character taking all that stuff on, I respect that. That was
well, that's what made you love Peter. He was just like the average, it was an average like young kid trying to make it, and he's trying to hold a job, trying to get his love life straight, I mean, obviously he's got genius level intellect, so he's trying to balance out working, doing like research and shit, and then he's got his job at the Bugle, and he's got all this shit going on, and oh, by the way, yeah, I'm trying to defend the fucking city too. So, Spidey was great. He was a great character. He might be arguably, you can have that discussion where you could say he might be the greatest Marvel character. There's so many people that go with Cap, but
Spidey was my favorite.
Spidey was my favorite.
You remember the giant sized Amazing Spider-Man comics that were huge?
Yeah.
Basically, they were as big as a laptop fully open and lengthwise, And I had the one that had what was the professor's name that became the lizard man?
Oh,
Connors?
Dr. Connors, yeah.
Yeah.
And I had that comic, and had I had the foresight to take care of it, because by the time I was done with it, man, it was falling apart. I had the cover taped and all that stuff. It was still readable, but I had read it so many times and stuff, Yeah, it's probably somewhere.
Yeah, I gotta eventually pull my comics out and see if any of them are salvageable, and I think I'm gonna try to do that this spring if I can, and see if I can't.
The comics I've collected so far are all in sleeves.
Yeah, I don't have mine in sleeves, and that's I already know that it's gonna kill me, because those are those are just they're probably goners, all of them.
Yeah, Clobbering Times. The last time I read it, I think I was like maybe 10, 9. Yeah, that was a great comic book. It was huge. It's one of my favorites. Wish I still had it because it was awesome. Yeah. Yeah, when I was little, I had a Incredible Hulk subscription, and that was cool too. Yeah, I was a little kid. I was upset that Mom canceled my Incredible Hulk subscription. You know, things happen. But anyway,
so I don't know enough about the history of it, but who were I mean, are there? I know some of the inspirations for some of the heroes, but I don't really know who some of the inspirations are for, you know, like Osborn, the Osborns, right? I always kind of in my head canon thought of Harry Osborn as like a young David Rockefeller or something for some reason.
Yeah, could have been. Marvel was a very, very different place back then because they were they were very based. So I wouldn't be surprised.
Yep. I mean, just the way he's portrayed, and after reading David Rockefeller's autobiography, it's like just some of the weird shit he was talking about in his like how they used to roller skate to school and like the limo driver would follow them, would pace them and follow them. It's really weird shit like that. It just kind of seems like that's the way that Harry Osborn was kind of portrayed from that life of privilege.
yeah, I love Judge Dredd. I'm hoping they make another Judge Dredd movie. I so want to see that.
Man, that one that that Carl Urban was in was great. That's like a classic movie there.
I have it hard copy and on Vudu.
Yeah, really, you know, I was surprised that it didn't do better since it was such a good movie.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. I don't know what happened with that, but yeah, I want to see another one. That's for sure.
Yeah, it would be nice to see another one.
I thought with the female protege, I thought she was fucking cool. She kicked fucking ass. She earned every fucking step of the way.
Yep.
Yeah, and that was fucking awesome. And she was also psychic, I believe. So that was cool. I liked that. I don't know. Maybe that her character might have been a turn off to some people, but I thought it was a good story.
No, I was just all like my main reading when I was in the comics was Spider-Man and X-Men. That was like my two things because like I really loved the X-Men. You know, I was a big fan of Rogue. I was a big fan of Storm. I was a big fan of Gambit. I was a big fan of Wolverine, of course. You know, and yeah. I mean, I dug Xavier too, and I actually I really liked Magneto, and I mean, I loved the X-Men. You know, it was cool, but probably my top three X-Men is probably Storm, Rogue, and oh god, yeah, probably see like Bishop. I really liked, but Bishop came later. Yeah, probably Storm, Rogue, and Gambit were my top three. And Rogue was probably oh god, she was arguably my favorite, but I really loved Storm too. And
yeah,
I liked Emma Frost later on because Emma Frost had a great rack.
Yeah, I really wanted to see another Dredd movie after that last Dredd movie. Really did. I'm hoping they're going to do another one. And you know, it's like, why would a studio not promote in a good way a movie they're putting out there? It just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. A lot doesn't make sense about Hollywood, unfortunately.
No.
This is true.
I mean, I don't know why the MCU isn't jumping on the X-Men like right away. You know, I mean, they're putting out all this Phase 4 bullshit, which is nothing but, you know, again, the woke Disney narrative. Oh, we need more whammons. We need whammons. So, you know, we got to get your female Thor and all that shit. And you know, it's a bunch of activist nonsense that they're putting out. Meanwhile, they've got the rights to the X-Men sitting there. I mean, Jesus Christ, people want to see the X-Men. You know, make it happen, for Christ's sakes. It's just, you know, they're sitting there with the most marketable, one of the most marketable superhero teams right there that people want to see. You know, get the X-Men going. That's just, oh God, it bugs me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't like it when they change characters just for the sake of doing it, you know.
Yeah,
just because they can doesn't mean they should.
Yeah, clobbering times. I feel like that too. The MCU X-Men is gonna be bad, and I listen. The Fox X-Men was half decent, but you know, if they go along the lines of kind of the way that Fox was getting a little bit woke with it, oh man, it's gonna really screw it up, because you know you need if you're going to do the X-Men right, you need the right team. And the X-Men had natural diversity anyway. I mean, they had women. They had different nationalities. I mean, fuck's sake, Storm wound up marrying T'Challa. She was the queen of goddamn Wakanda, which I kind of should drop that on that chick that got smart with me in a tweet. I'd be like, yeah, Storm was the queen of Wakanda, bitch.
Yeah, Mikkel says the only right woman, Drew, that means they wear red. Well, there's a particular women in society that wear red hats.
I don't know, man. I just,
have you heard of the Red Hat Society?
Yes.
Yeah.
I want the friggin', you know, I want the good X-Men. I want the X-Men that I know. Storm, Rogue, and Kitty. I need, you know, those are actual good female characters. And Jean Grey.
Sorry, I was looking up the Red Hat Society.
Yeah, they're put it to you this way, most men that know about them, when they see them walking down the street, they either cross the street or turn around and go the other way. Or they leave the store they happen to be at. Very I don't know, feminist in a bad way, I think.
Oh.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I like the X-Men cartoon. I remember that's where most of my exposure to the X-Men was.
90s X-Men cartoon, man. Oh God, yeah, it was great. The only thing I didn't like about the cartoon was Jubilee, and it was because Jubilee's power sucked to me. You know, I mean, it was like, God, couldn't you put somebody better in there than Jubilee? I mean, I get it, or at least make her powers a little bit better. I mean, because they made her power really shit. But I was fine. I mean, I didn't have that much of a problem with Jubilee's character. It was just the fact that, yeah, she sucked because her powers were so terrible. If they would have made her power like a little bit more useful, she would have been all right.
Yeah. Hey, boy, it's been a long time since I've seen it. I just remember Wolverine kicking all kinds of ass.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
Wolverine was
did.
badass.
Well, yeah, Wolverine was.
Yep. Gotta like his rough exterior, you know.
They started the series off with him and was it him and Jubilee? Or was it him and Rogue?
Salute.
Wait, for what now?
The 90s cartoon?
There was the 90s X-Men was they didn't pick up Jubilee till a little bit later. I want to say like season 2 maybe. And then after the run of the 90s X-Men cartoon, they did Wolverine and the X-Men, where the team was like decimated by the Phoenix, and Wolverine had to put the team together, and he was working with Xavier in a future time because the Sentinels had taken over and all this. So Wolverine was actually leading the team and put together, kind of reformed the X-Men. And it was a little bit different cartoon than the 90s cartoon.
Yeah. Is the 90s cartoon on Netflix?
I don't know.
I know they have a lot of older cartoons on Netflix.
I think a lot of the older cartoons I haven't seen where they're on. It's been a while since I've watched them.
Yeah.
I turned my boys on the Huckleberry Hound.
Nice.
They one of the Huckleberry Hound movies. They freaking love it. They ask about it every now and then.
There was actually a pretty good game, and I really missed the video game. There was actually a pretty good game. It was Marvel Heroes Omega, and they had you could pretty much play anybody from the Marvel universe that you wanted, and it was a fun game. It was almost like a Diablo style, like looter type of game, but like a dungeon looter almost. But it was really fun, and I missed that game because it went under because there was a lot of infighting behind the scenes amongst the devs in the studio that had put out that game, and they just they lost money, and then the studio wound up closing, and then the game went offline. But man, that was such a good game. I enjoyed the hell out of it. It's better than that stupid Marvel's Avengers that came out tail end of last year.
I don't even think I've seen it.
It's a terrible game. It's Square Enix put it out. And nobody wants to play it because you're forced to play, if you want to play any other characters, you have to play as Kamala Khan. And still, as you're progressing through the story, you have to play Kamala Khan. And nobody likes Kamala Khan. And Clobber and Times can confirm that. Nobody likes Kamala Khan.
Wow.
Maybe the first... maybe when Kamala Khan debuted, they liked the story organically for a little while, but man, like her, as soon as they got into the second run of Kamala Khan, forget it. It became woke. Kamala Khan was arguably likable at the beginning because her story was more similar to something like a Jubilee. You know, she was more of an innocent, younger character, and then they turned her into a woke bot, and it's just shitty. The way that her story kind of turned on a dime, and yeah, it's really
Yeah, that can be taken more than one way.
yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, exactly.
Arr. Well, you know, you hear cork pop, you know, got to make a pirate noise.
Makes sense.
Oh man, you know, arr. All right, cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Yeah, I really like the cognac that I had in December. That was pretty good. Both of them.
Yeah,
actually.
I'm a fan of Hennessy, and there's another brand of cognac. I think it starts with an O. It's normally right next to Hennessy. It's roughly about the same price. Yeah, I got the last fifth of Hennessy. So apparently, and it was on sale. It was on sale. It was instead of 45, it was 41.
Oh,
Good. Yeah. And that'll probably last for about a month and a half. And I'll get myself a pretty good collection of corks. And
Yep.
have you ever poured something from a bottle that takes a cork? They pour funny. If you don't pour it absolutely perfect, you're going to get drip down the side of the bottle. I don't know if it's just something I've noticed, but I've been noticing that lately.
I guess I've never really paid attention to it.
I replied to that chick, and I was like, just to add to the salt, Storm was queen of Wakanda.
Did she respond?
No, wait, I'm waiting for it. Oh man, that's great though. But that is true. She did marry T'Challa. I think, didn't they get divorced, Mike? Clobber times would know. I can't remember if they stayed married or not, but she was indeed queen of Wakanda for a decent amount of time.
You know what? I never even knew that Storm was black until Halle Berry was Storm.
Oh yeah, I always knew from when I was a kid from reading X-Men. You know, Aurora was black, but yeah, I mean, she was just awesome. And
She was just awesome. That's it.
And yeah, I never cared about that. I mean, Storm was just amazing. I always loved the fact that you know, her powers were awesome. I mean, she could control the fucking weather. It was so cool.
Yeah, the only thing that was kind of cheesy, and I don't know if she did it in the comics or not, but some of the wind, almighty wind, roar.
I think they played that up because in the comics she was a lot more badass. In the '90s cartoon, they kind of made her a bit cheesy, you know, and they also made her a lot weaker than what she was. Like Storm was one of the more powerful mutants on the team. Period. You know, Mike, correct me if I'm wrong here, because you would know this. Was Storm Omega level or not? Because I can't remember. I think among the Omega level mutants, I want to say Magneto was one. I don't think Storm was, but Rogue might have been arguably an Omega level mutant. Xavier was an Omega level mutant. Yeah, I can't remember all the Omega level mutants, but Storm, regardless, she was still one of the most powerful on the team, and they made her kind of gimped her in the '90s, the cartoon, which sucked because I was a Storm fan. Yeah, they even kind of gimped Rogue, to be honest. Like Rogue was even better in the books too.
So her character got relegated to more of a background
Well, they just
or a side story.
well, no, it wasn't side story. It was just the way that they depicted her powers. Bear, like if you go back and you watch the '90s cartoon of the X-Men, if you actually are reading the comic books like side by side, it's kind of confusing because you'll see that in the comic books, I mean, Storm and Rogue especially were a lot more powerful because, you know, if Rogue didn't absorb on somebody, I mean, she had their powers and she was just fucking ridiculous, you know, for however long the duration of time it was, you know, from how long she had touched them. So, yeah, the books did them justice. The actual like cartoon show did not. Even though the cartoon show was entertaining, but there were plenty of times Rogue and Storm and some of the other X-Men were defeated a lot easier than what they actually would have been. You know, if they were actually like going by the book.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did not like that Mike. She always looked sexier with the long hair. I didn't necessarily like the I didn't like the mohawk she had, because yeah, Aurora was always like gorgeous with the longer hair. She always looked good with the longer hair.
Yeah, I'm down with the long hair myself. I didn't like the short hair.
Yeah.
Storm.
No, you know, that was just a shitty hairstyle for the Mohawk Storm. No bueno. The long haired Storm. Yes, please. Any day of the week.
When I was a kid and I was getting Incredible Hulk subscription, I had all the Incredible Hulk, so my buddies would come over and bring their X-Men comics over, and I get to read those. And anything related wise that I didn't have, I had the Hulks and they didn't. So they'd come over and we you know, switch, bring them over and I'd read their read and all that stuff. But that's how I got to read all the other comic books. I had friends that had all of them.
That person had no comeback. She replied to me after I said that. She's like, she still isn't in the MCU yet. You're still dumb.
Okay.
Thanks for letting us know.
Oh man, it was funny though. I was like, "Yep, Storm was Queen of Wakanda." Oh god, I love it.
Oh, yeah, that Punk Storm. It does look kind of weird. I had to Google it because I didn't know anything about it. But yeah, like whoa.
I'll be right back.
Another dimension. Get it? Get it? They live in another dimension. Yeah. I thought it was the proper reply. You guys still hear that?
Yeah.
All right. Because sometimes the audio disconnects. I have noticed.
Yeah, it does. Oh wait. Did you play? Wait, were you playing something?
Yep.
Oh no, I didn't hear anything. I thought you were talking about your mic.
It disconnected.
That's
because sometimes when your screen is shared and you're connected for a little while, it will disconnect your audio, especially if you're having audio connection problems. Because my studio was still open, and it was trying to demand it have only access to the mic, and so it was trying to disconnect it from StreamYard, and I had to close that program down because I think that's what caused that there. All right, here we go.
Weird.
All right. Hear that?
Yes.
Yeah, it'll disconnect the audio. So basically, if you have something open that uses your mic in a studio and it's open, you got StreamYard open, sometimes the two will conflict, and it will A, disconnect your mic from the studio, or B, disconnect your mic from StreamYard. I had that
I've
problem
noticed.
just a little bit ago. So, little encore, Cast Out the Shadows. Kind of the person that Drew was talking about, you know, this song can speak to it a little bit. Live in another dimension. They try to speak, but the megaphone has no batteries. Batteries not included in the land of the free. Go plant a tree, it's a crime to feed the hungry. Give a hug if you crawl in this soapbox routine. Let's see your smile, don't deviate from assigned opinions. The thought pattern control. Set the sheep to the shepherd, and they will tear you down, down, down. Leave you in ruin, might as well reach for the stars. Cast out the shadows, use a little starlight. Live in another dimension. They try to speak, but the megaphone has no batteries. Batteries not included in the land of the free. Go plant a tree. It's a crime to feed the hungry. Give a hug if you crawl in this soapbox routine. Let's see you smile, don't deviate from assigned opinions. The pattern control, set the shepherd to the sheep. They will tear you down, leave you in ruin. Might as well reach for the stars. Cast out the shadows, use a little starlight. Live in another dimension. They try to speak, but the megaphone has no batteries. Batteries not included in the land of the free. Go plant a tree. It's a crime to feed the hungry. Give a hug if you crawl in the soapbox routine. Let's see you smile, don't deviate from assigned opinions. Thought pattern control. Set the shepherd to the sheep. They will tear you down, leave you in ruin. Might as well reach for the stars. Cast out the shadows, use a little starlight. Live in another dimension. They try to speak, but the megaphone has no batteries. Batteries not included in the land of the free. Go plant a tree. It's a crime to feed the hungry. Give a hug if you crawl it. This is soapbox landing, soapbox routine. Let's see you smile, don't deviate from assigned opinion. Stop pattern control. Set the shepherd to the sheep. They will tear you down, leave you in ruin. Might as well reach for the stars. Cast out the shadows, use a little starlight. live in another dimension. They try to speak, but the megaphone has no batteries. Batteries not included in the land of the free. Go plant a tree. It's a crime to feed the hungry. Give a hug if you crawl in this soapbox land. Soapbox routine. Let's see you smile. Don't deviate from my signed opinions. Thought pattern control. Said the shepherd to the sheep. They will tear you down, leave you in ruin. Might as well reach the stars, cast out the shadows, use a little stoplight. Live in another dimension. They try to speak, but the megaphone has no batteries. Batteries not included in this land of the free. Go plant a tree. It's crime to feed the hungry. Give a hug if you crawl in this soapbox routine. Hey, hey. Soapbox
Awesome.
routine.
Yeah, that's a great song. Really do like that song a lot.
Yeah, that's for the that speaks to what Drew was talking to for sure. Mm-hmm. Yeah, indeed.
All right. Well, it's the witching hour for me. I'm bowing out, so I will talk to everybody tomorrow.
All right, brother, man.
All right.
Have a good one.
All right, Drew.
So, what do you got going on? Tell them what you're doing.
No, I ain't doing. As far as today, I don't plan on doing jack shit except vegging out and playing some video games when I get up. And then I will see everybody Sunday for the birthday stream.
Indeed,
So.
indeed. Yeah, a little later, I'm gonna play a little bit of Call of Duty. I got that Warzone game.
So birthday stream Sunday, 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern. I kind of did it during that little block of time so that I don't step on the other people around the community that are streaming that night. And frankly, I ain't trying to do no like 8 or 9 hour stream because if I did, I would probably die of drunkenness or something else. So yeah, I'm just gonna condense it down into a fun 3 hours. There's going to be a lot of special guests. There'll be awesome people on the panel the entire time because there's going to be people coming in and out, I'm sure. So I hope I see everybody in this chat. I hope I see everybody there. And yeah, that's going to be fun. And I look forward to seeing both of you there. So, all right.
Salute.
All right, my friends. Good night. I will chit chat with you tomorrow. Yeah, Wes, get a hold of me after you're done bopping around on the road.
All right, will do.
All right, I'll see you, man. Night.
Later, Gator. Have a good one. Have a good sleep.
Yep.
And if you drink alcohol, drink a lot of water.
Yeah, definitely. Well, it's always a good advice. Yeah, I'm in this weird twilight zone where I'm sleepy, but I'm not. I feel like I can't sleep, so that's weird.
Yeah, it's that there's what you call there's a hum of vibration going around.
Yeah, I haven't quite it's
the proverbial shoe to drop or the proverbial, well, my bones are aching, so where the frick is the frickin' storm? Get it over with. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
That kind of thing.
Yeah, I think that might definitely be a part of it. Absolutely.
Yeah. So, yeah, last Friday, I did a no news, nothing related or anything, just straight TV shows I like to watch, the live stream I did and all that. And I got away from Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. And I took a break from all news of all kind, and I just I stayed social with all our chats and stuff like that, posting funny shit because I like to do that too, post funny shit.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I mean, there's something to be said for taking a news break. It's good on your mental health. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
I've tuned out so much, and then I'll dip back into it, or get the urge to dip back into it, and I think it's another time for me to maybe take a break from it. I don't know.
Yeah, basically, it's kind of what I do. A little here, a little there, and then take a break. I'm watching. I just went back to the beginning again. I'm watching Star Trek Enterprise, and
Oh, yeah.
you know there is, and you. So when you get right down to it, the brain already got your brain. It got clicked, and your brain clicked, and okay, you see on this certain wavelength and this certain spectrum, and you see things that no one else is seeing, but there's quite a few people that that are also experiencing the same thing, and then
Yep.
you got more and more that are seeing the same thing, and you got another spectrum of society that doesn't see that, and so I think a lot of that's been going on. And because those vibrations out there are getting really, really, really just off the charts, and so I like to create a song out of that vibration, send it out.
Absolutely, it's a good idea to do that. Take get your creative energies. Let that be the outlet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I gotta say, man, I'm really enjoying it, and honestly, had I not become part of the Phantom Menace, had things that way had not happened, I wouldn't be singing right now, creating songs. It wouldn't have happened. It would have happened differently, maybe, more than likely. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the Phantom Menace is greatly, and
Yeah.
it's been good for me too. Absolutely, even creatively. I mean, I haven't picked anything up yet, but I had some ideas for novels and screenplays and that kind of stuff that I was, just our community has kind of inspired me to look into picking that up again.
Um, I have a movie script in mind if you want to get involved.
Maybe, yeah. What's
Well, it's a true life story about fighting the mafia and getting away with it.
okay.
Fictionalized characters, of course, but yeah, growing up, I knew someone who did some things, and they got away with some things, and it's an interesting story.
Yeah.
I think it would make a great movie. And
Dude,
it's not really nothing where no one's really dying, but there's a lot of intrigue and a lot of things going. It's a thriller, you know what I'm saying?
yeah. Well, I was thinking about something like so I've got this idea where it's either going to be it's going to be it's partially inspired by the movie Heavy Metal, right? But basically there would be different stories intersecting around an object. And so I thought it'd be cool to have like a building, a really old building, and have different people move into it and just explore the different time periods, like the Roaring 20s, the 80s with and the changes of the neighborhood and the different people that move in over the different times and stuff like that. And just follow the lives of people in the 20s and then maybe have them intersect in some weird interesting way.
Do you have crazy neighbors partying?
Yes, I do.
I heard that.
Yeah, I'm trying to mute it as much as
I thought I heard
possible.
a woohoo.
Yeah, they're super festive. They love to party on their Saturday nights, that's for sure.
Well, they're early. Today's Friday,
or
or
Friday
rather
nights.
Saturday morning. It's now Saturday morning. Yeah, 30.
Yeah,
All
we've got 4
38
minutes.
seconds. All 38 seconds into it. Oh, I forgot my the clock on my computer's fast. It's actually 11:56. So yeah, my computer thinks it's in Saturday. It's a few minutes fast on the clock.
Wow, on your computer, I didn't know that it could do that.
Yeah, for some reason it doesn't update itself. For some reason, yeah, who knows? But yeah, it's a few minutes fast. But it seems to be perfectly fine like that, so I'm not going to mess with it. Because 57, 58, 59. It's 3 minutes fast. Yeah. It's 12:01 on my computer, and it's 11:57 on my phone.
Yeah, I have 11:57.
So
I wonder how people back in the olden days used to synchronize their clocks and everything, because before electricity and before telephones, your 8 o'clock might be different from your boss's 8 o'clock or whatever time it is. So I wonder how that must have worked, because with it being unsynchronized.
It's a funny thing, timepieces always had to be wound to keep them on time.
Yeah.
And I guess some people could have waited till noon, until the sun was perfectly high, and changed their clock to the 12, and then let it go from there.
Yeah. Also, maybe that's why, maybe it's like the Flintstones, and that the workplace had a giant whistle that they blew, and then everybody knew that was when it was time to go to work. I don't know. I could be wrong.
Yeah. The whistle, steam whistle.
Yep.
Probably attached to the water-powered sawmill.
Yeah, or steel mill, whatever it is.
Yeah, they're cutting lumber, back in the old days.
Yeah, now we just let it burn our state down.
Yeah. Yeah. Big old giant pink-toed, giant pink elephant stomping on everyone's toes. So, which one of the new songs should we reprise?
Well, I liked the one that you last played. I think that was my favorite.
Cast Out the Shadows.
Yeah, Cast Out the Shadows. I think it might have been the second one you played.
I think it was Points the Way I played first. I think Traveler's Blessing I played next, and then I think I played Golden Reds and Blues. Let's see here. That one?
Yeah, yep.
Tides come and go. Walks on the beach, walking down memory lane. Body riding waves to the shore. I've seen the sunsets, gold reds, golden sunsets, golden reds, that blonde and that brunette. Tides come and go. And that really just works. Watching the water flow from shore to shore, lapping the water's edge. Tides come and go, fair weather, fair tides. Bright cried, everyone laughed, everyone had a good time. Like tide's gone. I walked on the beaches, rode a wave in a storm. Felt my feet in the sand, felt sunshine, smelled surf, drank the wine. What a fine time it was. Tides come and go. Walks on the beach, walking down memory lane. Body riding waves to shore. I've seen the sunsets, golden reds and blues. Tides come and go. Watching the water flow by. From shore to shore, lapping in the water's edge. Tides come and go. Fair weather, fair tides. Brides cried, everyone laughed, everyone had a good time. Like tides gone. I walked the beaches, rode a wave in a storm, felt my feet in the sand, felt the sunshine, smelled the surf, drank the wine. What a fine time it was. Tides come and go. Walks on the beach, walking down memory lane. Body riding waves to shore. I've seen the sun sets, golden reds and blues. Tides come and go. Watching the water flow from shore to shore, lapping the water's edge. Tides come and go. Fair weather, fair tides. Bright tide, everyone laughed, everyone had a good time. Like tides gone. Remember that blonde and that brunette. What a fine time.
Nice.
Now, you see, I wouldn't recommend 14-year-olds of today to go do what I did when I was 14. It was the summer between middle school and high school, and they've made movies about stuff like this. Have you noticed we've you're now the host, Wes?
I did notice. Yes, I did notice. Yeah,
So,
I think
all the things that in my case, 14-year-olds, we're all acting and behaving. The cool ones, at least, we're all acting and behaving like 20-somethings, getting hammered and partying and shit like that, and and talk about some fun times, growing up, and with my dad, there was only one rule: don't get caught. And I'm not raising my boys that way. No way. But those were the times. What I'm saying, that's how things were done. But I had lots of fun, I gotta say. And a lot of the time was spent either at West Beach in basically it's smack dab against Gary and Portage, Indiana, Lake Michigan, and or Indiana Dunes, which is outside of Chesterton on the beach. You know, great places, a lot of fun times, a lot of parties going on, stuff. What was cool about West Beach is if you wanted to party, all you had to do was cross the county line on the beach and cross over to the Miller Beach area, and you could go drink a beer here and there and not have to worry about getting a glass bottle ticket or a glass bottle and drinking alcohol on the beach ticket, because West Beach, it was a national park, you know. Can't have none of that stuff on there. But, you know, everybody always brought alcohol to the beach. The clever ones just didn't get caught. And so the thing to do with that is you pre-mix all your drinks when you come to the beach, especially if you're having mixed drinks. You pre-mix them, and it looks like orange juice. It looks like apple juice or whatever, you know. And it's definitely not the stuff that you're giving the kids, because you're having that stuff, and the kids are none the wiser. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
That's how I remember it was when I was growing up, and you know, and that was just a wild time, man. You know, has any of you out there had the chance to ride a 20-foot wave on Lake Michigan from about 50 feet out? Because the wave would go all the way out, and we could go about 50 feet out and then face the beach and just wait for the wave to come in and ride that sucker all the way in. Have any of you ever done that?
That seems like a pretty big wave for one of the Great Lakes.
Oh, huge!
They got that
huge freaking storm, man. And it wasn't a thunderstorm, but the one thing that we were keeping an eye out for was lightning. As soon as we seen lightning, we were the hell out of there. We knew where to go. But you do not want to be near the water when the lightning starts, and you don't want to be in that water if the lightning's hitting the water. Definitely not. But it was nothing like that. It was a windstorm, man. And it hadn't really actually started raining. It was the rain hadn't come yet, but you could smell it in the air, and the wind was blowing. It was a windstorm, and it was a wind coming out of the north to the south, and it was a July day, so it wasn't such a bad thing. It felt real good, and we were the only souls out there, and me and my friend Mickey, we had been hanging out with this brunette and blonde, and the brunette took a shine to him, and the blonde took a shine to me. And they didn't know that we were 14. We told them we were 21. And so the whole summer long, we hung out with those chicks. The whole summer. Every weekend, we went and met. And we had freaking fabulous time with those chicks, man. They were fucking awesome. And so that's pretty much where that song came from. And the Mickey part I added in there, it's like, yeah, that was an afterthought, because I'm like, oh yeah, got to put that in there. Just it clicks with it. So that's what I did.
Well, yeah, it's a great tune and it's a great story. You know, the two seem to go hand in hand when you're writing a tune. You know.
Yeah, and a lot of the songs I've written, they come from personal experience in a lot of cases, or they'll come from things I've observed, or conversation I observed, and a phrase or a couple different words I haven't used seen that way will get my attention, and a song will come from it. Or someone will say something that'll trigger a whole bunch of other sentences, and I'm like, oh man, that's that. Yeah, start writing. Because here and there, if we've had some pretty cool conversations, there's probably a word or two that got into a song because it was cool.
Yeah, inspiration. You never know when inspiration will strike.
Yeah. Final Death Stars had a couple of influences on a few different songs. Toxic Man Flu on the Howlin' Wind basically influenced a huge chunk, a whole verse that he wrote. Of course, I had to change it around to make it fit the song. And make it a little slightly less personal and then more for the song. And it worked out. It really did. It worked out.
Yeah, seemed like a good one.
All right, let me see here. I got a lot of things open. And you know, a lot of these songs, a lot of times, the instrumental isn't as long as it is. I've had to splice the song, make it longer.
Ah, interesting. I guess
Yeah.
a lot of songs are structured so that they have like a chorus section that you can maybe pad
Mhm.
out, right?
And I'm real good about finding beats in a certain key, and if that beat is a downbeat in a certain key and there's a certain upbeat in the same key, I can splice those together and you never tell. But it's not easy. It takes adjustment to get it to snap. Sometimes it's perfect. Sometimes it takes a little bit of adjusting. I'm wondering if Beautiful Land's instrumental, if I had to extend that one or not. Is it 2 or the other one? Let me see. Real quick. It's an interesting process putting these songs together sometimes.
Yeah, seems like it. I've always found the songwriting process to be interesting. You know, some musicians, it starts with a poem and then they put the music to it, and other musicians, you know, the music has to be there for them to come up with lyrics.
Right.
And then you'll have like Metallica's process is that he won't have the lyrics and he'll hum along to it and then try to get fit lyrics in with the way his humming sounded. Very interesting.
What's really interesting about Beautiful Land, Tommy was hanging out in the yard with me. And so he was in the yard when I basically created this song the other day. Might have been 2 days ago, I think. And I came up with it, and he was in the yard, and I did this vocal. And there's a spot where, remember I told you that StreamYard and the studio, they like to fight for control over the mic?
Mm-hmm.
And it caused a little garble in it's maybe about a minute into the song. In one of the lyrics, it caused a garble. And it was all perfect. It was all just right there, you know. And so basically, so I was listening real closely to the vocals for another part that had the similar vocal, the same words and all that. And I found it, copied it, and on lower track, I spliced it in, and can't even tell. Can't even tell. It sounded just like it should have without the garble.
Cool.
Let me see here. So I've got the original studio open. So I got that closed. Let's see. Open. This one's open. Turn that. Oh, you know what? And another thing on this, This studio loves to change the audio devices all the time. All time.
Wow.
Yeah. There we go. Well, where do you go from here in the land of sorrow? That's without the background. Be free or die, beautiful and paid. That was with it for a second. By the brave sacrifice, great lives given freely, moving mountains and hills where we've been. Land we've seen, the flags waving in the wind. Take a step, fall back, step, right, spin. Oh, tap the ditch, hear the song, birds sing. Well, where do you go from here in the land of sorrow? Be free or die. Beautiful land paved by the brave sacrifice, brave lives given freely. Move mountains and hills where we've been, the lands we've seen, flags waving in the wind. Take a step back, fall back, step right, tin toe tapping. Did you hear the songbird sing? Well, where do you go from here in the land of sorrow? Be free or die. Beautiful land paid by the brave sacrifice, brave lives given freely. Moving mountains and hills where we've been, land we've seen, the flags waving in the wind. Take a step back, fall back, step right, spin, toe tapping. Did you hear the songbird sing? Well, where do you go from here in the land of sorrow? Be free or die. Beautiful land paid by the brave sacrifice, brave lives to give in freely. Salute.
Cheers.
The hills where we've been, lands we see, flags waving in the wind. Take a step back, fall back, step right, spin, toe tapping. Did you hear the songbird sing? Where do you go from here in the land of sorrow? Be free or die. Beautiful land paid by the brave sacrifice, brave lives given freely, move mountains and hills where we've been, lands we've seen, flags waving in the wind. Take a step back, fall back, step right, spin, toe tapping. Did you hear the songbird sing? Well, where do you go from here in the land of sorrow? Be free or die. Beautiful land paid by the brave sacrifice. Brave lives given freely. Move mountains and hills where we've been, where we've seen, land we've seen, flags waving in the wind. Take a step back, fall back, step right, spin, toe tapping. Did you hear the songbird sing? Well, where do we go from here in the land of sorrow? Be free or die. Beautiful land, paid by the brave sacrifice. Yeah, that was straight from the studio. Yeah, and if you like switch tabs or open like a Word doc or something, the studio makes weird noise. It's real finicky. What's up, geeks? How you doing, man?
Hey, you geeks enjoy Nerdrotica.
Yep.
Yep.
So that little defect, the garble, I basically recorded over the garble, and then I copied and spliced a section that didn't have the garble, put it in, and you couldn't tell the difference.
Yeah, no, it flowed very well together.
And I was like, damn, that was so good. I didn't want to do it over. You know what I'm saying? In those cases, there could have been a situation where lightning only struck that once.
Yep.
Hail indeed. Hail indeed. So yeah, that's beautiful land.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Good one. Good one. Yeah, that's a foot stomper, toe tapper.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. That's probably one I could probably sing live and make it sound good. Probably. More than likely. Yeah, the one of the ones that I did recently, I did a live stream and Mikhail was there.
Yeah, I remember you talking about that, that you're able to do one of them live.
Yeah. Beans, I got my sound shared. If I mute my mic, can you still hear me?
If you're just talking right a second ago, well, now you're muted. I can't hear anything.
All right. Because normally, here's what I got to do for that to work. All right, watch. Hey, why's that? Oh, that's. Oh, okay. Here we go. Hello. Now tell me if you can still hear me.
Now,
Hello.
Yes, I can hear you. I can still hear you now.
Yeah, it's because I turned that button on. Funny.
Yeah, interesting.
Now you can hear me both ways. Or
yeah, well, reverb.
Well, that's just what you're hearing is the monitor. It just pipes it through. Boom, it's gone. So basically what it does is I press that button, and when I'm doing vocals, and this is the first vocal track, it gives me an idea of how I sound. And it does sound like reverb when it's on, when you share the screen. Yeah. Yes, indeed. Yeah. So what's going to be your next favorite drink to have soon? Beans, there's a social gathering this Sunday.
Oh, I think I'll probably pick up some Jameson. I think Jameson is a good choice for something like that. It's a good one to have on the rocks.
Yeah, RR, what you were actually hearing from the studio was the monitor button. It sounds like reverb when I share the screen, but it's basically so I can hear myself when I'm singing vocal tracks. But it does sound like reverb. It does, because basically it's piping my voice plus the monitor. You can piping that through as well. I'm wondering if I've been getting some echo back from that on some vocal tracks. It's funny how recording things and stuff like that, how the stuff can bleed through. It's amazing.
Yeah. Sometimes I've even had sound bleed through my headphones back into the mic.
Well, tell them about your current project while I look at something real quick.
Already? Well, working on perhaps a satirical video about Kathleen Kennedy that I need to put some visuals to and do some light editing, and look for that to drop at some point, probably during the week, next week. Yeah, it's a little over 5 minutes long. It takes it. Yeah, that's one of the nice things about live streams is that you just hit the button and go. As where, a 5-minute video, it takes a lot longer than 5 minutes to do it. I mean, 5 minutes for the voice on its own, and then you have to edit, and then sometimes you have to find visuals to go with it. Yeah, a 5-minute video can take, sometimes like 2 hours. It's kind of crazy. I think this one would probably end up taking about 30 to 45 minutes, but we'll see. It's, some people really love the editing process. If I had more time, I'd probably love it, but I don't. So yeah, look for that. And we may be doing another conspiracy, just depending on how much more we learn about what's happening. Possibly a gaming stream. I think we still have to finish up Crystallis, and I think we at some point we're trying to get together playing through Halo 3, but I just don't think I have time to be able to take on another really big playthrough. At least not yet. So that's what I got going.
All right, I'm getting something ready real quick.
Oh, okay. I'll keep going then.
All right.
Yeah, pretty happy with our last two conspiracy shows. Those have actually been pretty tight.
All right. If you're curious what I'm doing, I'm putting together the instrumental because this is the one that I made the song longer, the instrumental longer, and it appears I did not. Not mix it down. What's really cool when you mix it down, a folder pops up where it's at. It makes it really convenient finding it. All right. So, so what do you got going on for Trekking on Tuesday? Did you mention that?
I think we're probably going to do Sex Trek TNG, the next penetration.
Interesting.
So, yeah, it is.
Elaborate on that while I test something real quick.
Well, so let me see if I can. We've been doing porn parodies, and we've been posing the question: are the porn parodies even better and more thoughtful to canon than Klutzman Trek? And so far, for the two porn parodies that we've watched, both have actually been much higher quality storytelling than Klutzman Trek. And we've been when I can't find a clean version, I've been attempting to make a clean version by ripping it and then running it through Adobe Premiere and chopping out the dirty bits. Fortunately, I missed some of the bits in the last one, so I had to mark that video as 18 and older. But even so, even marking it 18 and older, that video actually, that live stream, ended up being one of our most watched on Trekking on Tuesday. Things got like close to 300 views, and usually on Trekking on Tuesday, we're somewhere between like 75 and 90 pretty consistently. So, yeah, I mean, interesting, right? So I figure we'll do another one since those seem, you got to give the audience what they want, right? But yeah. So far they've been much better than much better than Klutzman Trek. It's really just put the porn industry in charge of Star Trek, please. Please put the porn industry in charge of Star Trek. It's clear that they're better at writing plots than the Star Trek Discovery writers.
All right. I'm going to do something a little special. I'm going to sing that song live.
All right.
Yeah. So we got to do this. And yes, I got the yellow button turned on. Click the whole thing. There we go. All right. I'm going to mute my mic on the yard so I don't get weird feedback. Now you can still hear me, right?
Yep.
All right. You hear that?
Yes, sir.
Well, where do you go from here in the land of sorrow? Be free or die, beautiful and paid by the brave sacrifice. Brave lives give, freely move mountaintops and hills. Where we've been, like we seen. Flags waving in the wind, take a step back, fall back, step right in old cabin. Did you hear the songbird sing? Where do we go from here in the land of sorrow? Be free or die in the land. Beautiful land, they by the brave sacrifice, great lives given free. Move mountaintops and hills where we've been, lands we see. Flags waving in the wind, take a step back, fall back, step right. Oh, Captain, did you hear the songbird sing? Well, where do you go from here in the land of sorrow? Be free or die, beautiful land paid by the brave sacrifice. Brave lives give and freely move mountaintops and hills where we've been. Lands we've seen, flags waving in the wind. Take a step back, fall back, step right in cold cabin. Did you hear where the songbirds sing? Well, where do you go from here in the land of sorrow? Be free or die, beautiful land paid a brave sacrifice. Brave lives given. Brave lives given freely mountaintops. Where we've been, lands we see. Flags waving in the wind, take a step back, fall back, step right, spin, toe, cabin, did you hear the songbird sing? Where do you go from here in the land of sorrow? Be free or die, beautiful and paid by the great sacrifice. Great lives give and freely mountaintops and hills where we've been, land we see. Flags waving in the wind, step back, fall back, step right, toe, cabin. Did you hear the songbird sing? Did you hear the songbird sing? Yeah. Whoa. Okay. Time to turn that yellow button off.
All right, rock on.
That what you call a successful live performance. I didn't flub it too bad. You put that back up there.
Well done.
All right. All right. I think I can do some things like that, you know? Yeah. That was thrilling, I gotta say. Yeah. How'd that sound out there, RR? How'd it sound on your end, Wes? Matter of fact. Nice,
It sounded just like the recording. I couldn't even really tell the difference.
Wow. That's really fucking cool, man.
Yep.
Yeah.
You weren't miming it, were you?
No. I can't do that, man. I really can't. I can't lip sync to save my life, man.
All right, just checking.
I have to really practice it to get the harmonization when I do background vocals. I really try to make it to where it's all synced. And so basically what I'll do is, you know, each verse, I'll do a background vocal for that verse, because normally what I end up doing is I'll do a background vocal and I'll listen through it. And some parts I'll keep and some parts I'll just record right over and add the verse in there so it's all sunk up. Yeah, RR, that was not flawless. I made a couple mistakes, but I worked with it.
Flawless victory.
Yeah. So yeah, I've sung in front of people a couple times. Once open mic and once a long time ago in front of about 200 people in the church. Yeah. Ain't nothing like singing in front of a bunch of Christians. Telling you. I think I was 18.
Well, it can't be a tough room, right?
It was a Pentecostal church.
Oh.
Better than a Baptist church.
Yeah.
I dated a Baptist gentleman's daughter for a little while. She was literally thrown at me. I was 18 and she was 16, and the parents told me they wanted me to chaperone her daughter and take her out and maybe someday marry her. I'm not kidding.
Wow.
I'm not kidding. He took me aside and he straight up told me that. And my head's freaking spinning because, you know, she's hot. She's really hot.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, a whole bag of crazy came with that too.
Well, that was pretty predictable. I could tell that's where it was going.
And she was awesome. She was so damn cool. My God. So, you know, I had the full blessing of the parents, and we dated for a little while. We dated for maybe 5 months, and she was really fun to be around, and because she was one of the rocker people. She was in that crowd. She was in my crowd, and she was nuts, man. She did crazy stuff, man. She got hurt all the fucking time. Because she did crazy stuff. But yeah, she was bad girl in a good way, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, that it's the weirdest thing I ever experienced in my life, where the parents wanted me to date their daughter, maybe someday marry her. I was just like, woo.
Yeah, it's not something that you hear from a lot of parents.
No. And I'm just really glad that it wasn't the Baptist minister or something like that daughter. Oh.
Well, yeah, that'd be a little bit more problematic.
So basically, it gets better. They're friends with our pastor, with our preacher. And I'm being looked at. It's like, yeah, you go show a girl a good time. And I'm just like, I'm like,
Wow.
okay. Yeah, and I happened to have hair almost down to my ass. I was 18. But it was one of those things, man. A lot of funny experiences like that.
That's pretty crazy. Jeez, man, you've
Yeah.
led a pretty interesting life.
I'm telling you, man. Oh, you know the you know the play where in the play where the two hippies go to hell? I can't remember the name of the play. But in this play, two hippies went to hell. We played those parts in the play. And we played it good, man. Me and my buddy. Because it was his dad that was a street preacher that got us going to Pentecostal church, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of them people, man, they were cool people. Just they were straight. They were completely straight.
Yeah.
And for a lot of them people being completely straight, boy, they did some interesting things in the background when they thought nobody was watching.
Oh, really?
But then there were these other people, man, that give their shirt off their back to you, give their last meal to you if you needed it. There was those kind of people too, and I
Yeah.
like those. I like those people.
Yeah, me too. It's not, I've had,
And even the parents of the girl, they were really nice too. It's just maybe I don't know. They seem a little naive about things. And this is coming from the perspective of 18-year-old at the time.
yeah, many of them do. They in a lot of ways are sheltered from a lot of things that a lot of people see.
Yeah.
So yeah, the street. Yeah, I mean, they're really nice, but yeah, I could see that. Yep.
Yeah. And her brother, he was just as crazy. He was maybe a couple years older, a year older or something like that. And he loved me. He thought I was the coolest thing ever, And he did some really crazy stunts too. And just a kind of a crazy family. Just gotta say, probably a good thing I didn't marry that girl because she was a little on the nutty side. Not in a bad way. She was the nutty side that would have got me in trouble. She wanted to go do stuff and go party and shit like that. And she had no breaks for stuff like that. She wasn't one of the people at the kegger that's looking for the bouncing flashlights and getting the hell out. She was the kind that just went full in and party mode and ignored stuff like that. I'm like, man, girl, you're gonna get me in trouble. And especially because she was a minor and all that, and she wanted me to introduce her to all my buddies and all that stuff, and she wanted to see the non-Christian side because she knew I still hung out and had friends outside of the Christian church, and man, it came to an end because she was going to get me in trouble, get me arrested for some dumb shit, and I wasn't going to have it.
Wow.
She was crazy, but she was fun crazy. Yeah.
Yep. Religious. Once she had a chance to spread her wings, it sounds like she went for it.
Yeah, and wow, and she was all of she was 5'3", 5'4", 5'4".
She's a tiny little thing,
and the curves were in the proper places. Let me tell you, and little fire plug, man. Jeez. Yeah, I had to gradually just wean her out of my life because it was too much. Nope. No. I am not going to be the guy getting caught the kegger because some crazy chick don't want to leave. Because only one thing a bunch of bouncing flashlight means out in the woods when you're in a kegger. Those are cops.
Yep.
Because they weren't smart enough to turn their flashlights off or use red lenses. Because, us Indiana boys knew what to do,
Right. Wow.
Used to play
Yep, that's
capture the
trouble.
flag. Yeah. Used to play capture the flag pretty regularly. And out in Indiana woods, miles and miles. And when we play capture the flag, we use pellet guns.
Wow, really?
Yeah. We used protective eye gear, shit like that, and thick extra clothing, and so yeah.
Nice.
Oh yeah, crazy Indiana boys, man, nuts. Yeah, I had two of my friends. They were chasing me and my other friend with their BB guns, and we literally became part of the mud embankment. And they walked right by us as we watched them walk by. We had wet mud all over us. And we literally had to go into the mud because there was a little, oh man, it was a 3-foot wide little stream of water. And it was very, very muddy water. And so we walked up it in places where we wouldn't leave footprints. All right. And so became part of the mud bank. And they kept going. And then, hey, thanks for stopping by, Geeks and Joys Neurotica. Have a good one. And we're about to fade out here anyway. Wes is passing out. So we had our after they went down the ways, and we went down to our favorite swimming hole on the creek, Salt Creek, and jumped in, got the mud off us, and left. But yeah, they kept going. They kept going toward the 94 rocks where the creek went through on 94. Yeah, fun times though, man. A lot of great stuff. Well, we learned a lot about Indiana woods. Let me tell you.
I think a lot of kids need to get out and play in the woods and do stuff like that more now. Now they're just so sheltered.
So yeah. So live performance. Very interesting. Very interesting indeed. Indeed. Frickin' A. So any of the videos that are a favorite we want to go out with?
We want the sauce, I think. I think we're coming up on an anniversary of that one, right?
Yeah, actually. I have to look at that. Because you realize there's 46 songs in there now. 46 songs. That just blows my mind, man.
Yeah, it's
trying to find We Want the Sauce amongst 46 songs. Right there, right under Unicorn and San Fran. All right, We Want the Sauce and then into Unicorn San Fran, because Unicorn San Fran is only 1 minute and 41 seconds long. And We Want Waiting on the Sauce is 3 minutes and 35 seconds long.
All right.
I think it's this one. Yes. All right. Come on, finish doing your thing. Hear the sound? Been sitting here for 8 weeks now. 8 weeks times 2. It's 4:34 in the afternoon. Have you heard the sauce now? Just random info. We want the sauce. And we want the sauce. And we want it now. We want the sauce and we want it now. Just a random afternoon. It's 4:44 now in the afternoon. We want the sauce right now. Baby, we want it now. 8 weeks of waiting times 2. We'll have to wait longer. Will we have to wait longer? Been sitting here for 8 weeks now. Hey, you know what? I just realized when I get all 5 of those songs uploaded in the video form, there'll be 51 songs in that playlist. 8 weeks times 2. It's 4:34 in the afternoon. Have you heard the sauce now? Random info. We want the sauce. And we want the sauce. And we want it now. We want the sauce and we want it now. Just a random afternoon. It's 4:44 now. We want the sauce right now. Baby, we want it now. 8 weeks of waiting times 2. Will we have to wait longer? Will we have to wait longer? Been sitting here for 8 weeks now. 8 weeks times 2. It's 4:34 in the afternoon. Have you heard of the sauce now? Just July 16th.
We want the sauce, and we want the sauce, and we want it now.
Oh, hey, that's my birthday.
We want the sauce and we want it now. Just a random afternoon. It's 4:44 now. We want the sauce right now. Baby, we want it now.
Interesting, because that Project Veritas covert video from Zuckerberg was from that date too.
Will we have to wait any longer? Baby, we want this now. 8 weeks of waiting. Will we have to wait longer?
8 weeks times 2.
Here for 8 weeks now.
It's 5 months.
Times 2. It's
Yeah, times 2 times 2 now.
Unicorn in San Fran is next. Movie and a unicorn and popcorn. I saw unicorns and friends. All I had was a grand. Making an Exodus movie show was getting good. I got my popcorn. Hot summer, got to beat, got some heat, can't beat it. Add this to your playlist. Do you understand the music show? Apocalyptic movie show. I got my popcorn 2 degrees. Nothing like watching this movie show. So many to choose from. Got my popcorn, yeah. Hope you got your popcorn too. Living in a post-apocalyptic movie show. Salute. Movie and a unicorn. Movie and a popcorn. Movie and a popcorn. I saw unicorns in San Fran. All I had was a grin. Making a Exodus movie show is getting good. Got my popcorn getting really deep. They got some meat, can't beat it. Add this to your list. Do you understand the music from the apocalyptic movie show? I got my popcorn too. 100 degrees, nothing like watching a movie show. So many to choose from. Got my popcorn, yeah. Hope you got your popcorn, yeah. Living in a popcorn movie show. Movie and a unicorn show. Yep. That's what we got here, fellas. A movie, show, and some popcorn.
Yep.
How'd that sneak in there? Oh, that's right, autoplay. Into town, over mountain, hill, and dale. All right, folks. Seriously, after this song, we gotta go. Thanks for coming out. We love you. Greatest chat, including, as Wes says, stories wherever they may be. You could say I got a story man suite now. Waiting on the story man. He's coming to town. You know we're gonna get down. Night Talks, man, please. Night hour. Chugging into town. Thanks, Cheeks, for joining Erotica. Whoever else is still in the chat watching and not chatting. Good night, Mikhail. Salute, everybody. Moves through time, oceans and oceans, collecting stories wherever they may be. Or morning. Hey. Waiting on the story man. He's coming to town. You know we're gonna get down. We're not clowning. Juggling into town. There's a train chugging into town. Over mountain, hill, and dale. Hey. Hey, Tom. Have a great night, brother, man. Carries enlightened. Have a good one, all. Through time, notions and potions, collecting stories wherever they may be. Hear that? Collecting stories. Waiting on the story man. He's coming to town. You know to get down. We're not clowning. Chugging into town. There's a train chugging into town. Over mountain, hill, and dale. A little bit of music influence tomorrow night as well. Have some funs and giggles and some shots and some drink. Good night, all.